Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Monday.
As we were starting up, all I could hear was that bass in the background.
I'm so sorry. My neighbor next door is probably, I don't know, doing some laundry. I have no idea why they would possibly need to have their music this loud.
Right?
But we do what we gotta do.
Whatevs.
We'll have some little lo-fi in the background.
Right?
Sorry, guys.
So once again, we have the Brizzle. Hey, I got it right this time. The Brizzle.
Yeah,
Thank you.
For another part 2.
Yeah,
episode.
we had so much to talk about last time that we just had to keep going. So, yeah.
Yeah. And gosh, do we have like so much more to talk about this week?
Yeah.
Between,
Right.
we like barely skimmed over Hunter's Lodge last time, and then with shop drops this week and happy hour changes.
Purple QB mania.
I think Briz, you're gonna have to explain this to me because I don't understand what's going on with the purple QB like revolution in the auction house.
Yeah,
right
no, we can talk about that. I did pretty well off of that.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Sold a couple QBs or
Well, okay, yeah. So basically I had a purple QB like randomly on the auction house, and then randomly like they switch on the update, because they like never really give heads up. Illusion Weaver, when he's at Hunter's Lodge, is like, well, sometime in the next week or so. And you get the message in the game and it's like server going down for upgrades in 10 minutes. You get like a 10-minute heads up that something's happening. So it's like, oh man, I bet they're gonna like push out this headquarter upgrade with this. I better like hustle home real fast and list another purple QB.
priorities.
Yeah,
That was good thinking.
Yeah, very opportunistic.
So I did that, and actually I want to thank everyone who bought my purple QBs. So I sold 2 purple QBs during Purple QB Mania for combined it was 715 keys. Yeah,
Wow.
they paid,
God.
they paid for a third of my sharks of my shark fleet P. And honestly, like I wasn't even at the top of the chart for what these QBs were selling for. A lot of them were going for 500 keys or crazy.
Holy smokes.
I was listening to
Hashtag
IT Guy.
Purple QB Mania.
Yeah, I was listening to IT Guy earlier today when I was laying out in the sun, and I heard I heard him talking about there was one in the auction house for 1,100 keys.
Yeah, I think that was like someone
What?
honestly trying to like slide in like a key transfer / key breakdown. Because if you think about 1,100, what does it break down to? It breaks down to
999.
9
Yeah.
green and 9 blues. So
Yeah.
and then the next closest thing to that went that high was like a 10 pack for a red. So, I don't know. Because the
Is she-
singles were, they like even the high end of the singles were like, one was at 700 and then everything else was like 500 and below mostly. So to me, that one did seem like on the fishy side.
Man, I wish I had paid attention because I didn't have enough key. Well, I technically had enough keys to get the shark blueprint, but I just had enough keys to get the shark blueprint, which was like, I don't want to go key broke for this. But then turns out like I wasn't even near my headquarters for the entire time the shark was in the shop.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. I thought you would have more keys for sure. And then, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened, Korkio? Did you get it?
No.
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 I was never expecting it to sell out. Like that honestly shocked me.
Yeah.
So, and I definitely didn't expect it to sell out so fast. So
So that's
Beats
perfect
is in
timing,
here.
Beats.
Yeah.
We literally just mentioned that before we jumped on live. He asks, how do I get to go to Hawaii for free?
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's just make it.
Let's just talk about it. Yeah,
Okay,
let's do it.
yeah,
Hey,
so
Logic
like
Troll.
today I kind of was like talking about that in Discord because he was like, "Are you like a permanent? Like, did they add you to the show?" And I'm like, "No, but I just like talk so much. Basically, we didn't get through it all last time." And then I was like, we have so much to cover." And then I was like this, and everyone was like, and Hunters Hangout asking me to talk about. I was like, I promised them that I would talk about it on the show, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'll link to it on Discord. But okay, so basically, I guess people who are like, what is she talking about? So I'm gonna go to the Hawaii Quest in December, and so if anyone's interested in joining, the date that we're gonna do it is Sunday, December 4th. Let me just verify that actually is the Sunday, but yeah, we're doing it the first Sunday in December, and we are gonna so that gives everyone basically, even if you can just fly in for a brief amount of time, that just allows you to double dip it. So because the reset happens there on Monday, we'll hike it on Sunday. And then if you want to hit the reset, I think reset happens like Monday night at like 2 a.m. there or something. But so I'm kind of a cheap person. Yeah, it's Sunday, December 4th. Okay, so I'm like a cheap person, and
You fit in really well with us here.
Yeah, I'm super cheap.
We talked about last time how I was like trying to basically monetize my walking, and that's how I got into Coin Hunt. So I'm like,
Right.
basically, I don't want to pay to fly to Hawaii. Let's figure out a way to not do that. And so Chase Bank like partners with Southwest Airlines. So like this only works, I think, if you live in the United States, because Southwest Airlines only flies out of the United States. But
Right.
Chase Bank has this Southwest Rapid Rewards card, and they're always running deals on it. And so I just looked it up today because it looks like the deal has changed. But basically, the way to find this is you go to Google and you type in Chase credit card Southwest Rapid Rewards promo, and it's going to pretty much be like the first thing that pops up. And you just click on it. It's going to take you like the Chase credit card, and it looks like their current promotion is if you open an account and you spend $1,000 on purchases in the first 3 months, then you get 50,000 points. So that is definitely more than enough to fly round trip to Hawaii for the dates that we're flying. The dates that we're flying, we picked because it's like cheap as hell to go there. Basically, we're flying, obviously we're flying on points, and I think I can look it up because I took a screenshot. But it was like round trip. Hold on, I need to. It'll take me a few minutes to find it, but round trip. It was way less than I think 50,000 points for both of us, or it might have been right around that. But so when I signed up for the card, they were running a different promotion, which the promotion at that time, it was 80,000 points for signing up, but you had to spend $5,000 in the first 3 months. But actually, this promotion is kind of an easier to make promotion because you only have to spend like $1,000. And honestly, when I don't spend like $5,000 in 3 months. And I signed up for the card in July or June. I signed up for it in June. And I was like, oh man, I really need to book these flights in July probably. So I have like really like 1 month, right, to like trigger the points. So I just called up my mom and I was like, yo, you want to like pay your mortgage and all your bills and all your purchases on my card for the month? Yeah, she
That's
and
good.
I like worked together to like get that 5,000 points on there in like 2 weeks, basically, or to get $5,000 rung up in like 2 weeks. Like we paid both of our mortgages and we did a lot of stuff. So
Wow,
yeah.
2 mortgages for less than $5,000.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Well, we had to do other stuff in addition to that because our mortgages are not.
Wow.
I could pay my mortgage for 5 months for less than $5,000.
Yeah. So like in a lot of places, it's not.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
guys,
mortgage is like $900 a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that is like the first part of it. And then so when you go, you buy your flights with airline points. Everything's hunky dory, but basically there's like a tax or like a passenger fee or something that they have to add on, and they can't do it in points. Like you have to
it's the federal fees,
okay,
like the
that's it.
airline.
You pay real money, and it's I think it's $5.10 each way or something. Yeah, or something, because for both of us round trip, it's $22.40. So it's $11.20 round trip per person. So I have this other app that we talked about last time called Cashwalk. And I run that app on my phone too. So you can just go to the Google Play Store and download that. And Cashwalk gives you basically like Cashwalk coins that you can redeem for gift cards. It maxes out at 100 coins per day. That's for 10,000 steps. If you take Coin Hunt seriously, you're obviously walking way more steps than that. But so I just, basically accrue those. And when you have 7,500 of those, you can convert 7,500 points for a $25 gift card to Southwest Airlines. So
Nice.
Wow.
there you go. I went and took my $25 gift card and paid for the like $22.40 in cash portion that we were gonna have to pay for. So like I total $0 round trip for two of us.
So that's really interesting because I somewhat did a similar thing. So I only fly Southwest. Okay. I don't trust other airlines unless like I absolutely have to. Like
so I love Southwest because they also let you fly 2 checked bags for free.
Yeah.
Which like everyone else charges for now.
Yeah, but I fly them just because I know their pilots are the most experienced pilots in the air, and like they're just they have also one of the best like ratings for like places to work in the country. So then their employees are happy, so they're not likely to crash you into a mountain or something. So and like
it's relieving.
every time I've ever flown United has lost my bags. So, yeah, I always fly Southwest if I can. When I went to Honduras, I couldn't fly Southwest because they're not international.
For the longest time, they didn't fly to Hawaii either. That's kind of like in the last 8 years or so, I think. Or is it even
I was going to say it's like even 3 to 5 years.
Wow. Okay,
they used to not. Because Southwest had the exclusive Hawaii, like, island hopper, flights like right after Hawaiian Airlines. So
so
that was
love
like within
Southwest
the last 3 years.
I'm a super loyalist to Southwest. Mostly I like that they don't like nickel and well, first it's like cheap as hell to fly Southwest. I don't understand how they operate in a profitable way at all, but I mean I don't either. Cheap to fly. And then they don't charge you for checking your bags. You're allowed to take 2 jumbo bags with you. You're allowed to take a personal item and a carry-on. So you're technically taking up to 4 bags with you. And then, which I don't even know who needs that much luggage, but I see people regularly flying Southwest with that much luggage. And then they don't charge you for like, seat upgrades or anything like that because it's open seating. And also I really like that. Southwest is a very egalitarian airline, and I like that about it.
Yeah, and I think my first flight ever with them when I was a kid was one of the funny flights. Where they do
what the heck is that?
You don't know about the Southwest funny flights? Oh my God. So the flight attendants...
I didn't fly as a kid. I think like the first time I ever was on an airplane was when I was like 16 years old.
Well, they still do the funny flights. It's just they're rare.
Okay.
So the airline stewards, whatever, they're like stand-up comedians. And they do their whole like intro, like the safety speech and everything as a comedy routine.
They're so
That's amazing.
It's great.
Flights.
It's awesome. Yeah, and I think
they're like actually educational versus the stuff they put in now, and everybody's just like puts in their headphones.
Yeah, right. You actually listen because you're like, oh my God, this is super entertaining.
You're paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, that being my first experience on Southwest was like, oh man, I'm sticking with these guys.
Yeah,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but so I booked Southwest for my Hawaii flight. Now, granted, I only had a month notice to book it, so the flights were a little bit more expensive than they would have been if like we had booked out. But so I also signed up for the Southwest card when I booked the flight.
Okay.
My offer was spend $500 in the first month, and you get a $200 statement credit.
Yeah, that's not that good of a deal.
No, but it's the same. Like, I mean, I feel like I did the same thing as you. Like, I used the like
for the
sign
flight.
up. Yeah, and so like I used the card to book the flight, which the flight was more than $500, so I instantly got the statement credit. because, you know, I spent more than $500. And then I got that $200 off. So like it helped a lot.
Yeah, it did.
For sure.
But
For
it
sure.
wasn't the deal that you got.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't like all for free.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
$22.40.
I kind of wonder if, so this ended up being my third card with Chase. Because I also have like my Amazon card is the one I use mostly, because most of the time I shop, it's just on Amazon. And so, you know, you get extra like 5% off or something when you buy stuff on Amazon with the Amazon card. So I have that. And then I have another card that I opened a long time ago that I just refused to close because that would make my credit worse to, you know, close a long-standing account.
Long-standing.
Yeah. So I now it's my third card with them. And I think by now they know I pay my balance off every single month and I never pay interest on anything. So they're not making any money off of me. They're actually losing money by giving me a card. So maybe that's why I wasn't offered the same deal. I don't know.
Also like retention, no?
I had this card with them before, like probably 4 or 5 years ago. And I did the same. Like basically, they've never made a dime off of me. Like I only get a credit card when the deal is like so damn sweet that I'm like, okay, fine, I'm gonna take advantage of the deal, and then like I pay everything off at the end of every month.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
So I think I got the deal the last time I did it. I think it was like I opened it in 2009 or 10 when the recession was hitting, and they gave me like 100,000 points that time. So that was a pretty banging deal too.
Holy crap!
Heck yeah!
Yeah, it was like 100,000 points for spending 3,000 in the first like 3 months. They were real desperate back then for customers.
3 months.
Yeah.
So
dang. Yeah, that is really good.
When did we book? It was like what, 2-3 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So
we
I mean,
like
that's
a month and a half out.
Yeah. So that's exactly when I did it. I mean, it was extremely recent.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know why I didn't get
Not
that
bad.
deal. That would have been pretty awesome to get that deal. Because I already had like 13,000 rewards points. Because like I was already signed up for Rapid Rewards without having the credit card. Because I fly Southwest so much that like why not have their rewards, you know, just in case.
I'm like processing the fact that all three of us are going to do a volcano quest this year.
Well, I mean, technically
So
y'all
cool.
are, because y'all have 9 people. Technically, I might just be going to Hawaii.
Oh, you have plenty of time. You'll get some, like, I can't even, the way that this all came together was so bizarre, but so cool. And it all happened so fast. Like in a matter of a week, we were like, okay, great. And we just realized,
I saw that. It was so good.
or not just realized, just added our 9th tribe member like this past week. So
Wait, for real?
Yeah,
Well,
for real.
Yeah,
Like,
we
I
didn't know.
didn't realize that y'all I thought y'all already had 9, or I might have just like messaged y'all and hopped on y'all's, because when I was looking, like it was also last minute enough that the airline flights for y'all's dates were like really cheap for me too. They were about the same price as what I was paying for the December dates. I was like, oh, well, like, hey, they like basically, you know, I guess we got so close to the dates, they were discounting the fares, or so close to y'all's dates. But I was like, oh, they already have 9. So I'll just like.
Well, we had 7 mainlanders and we were having 2 Hawaiians help us out. So we
it was going off Makiki Tiki's like word.
Yeah. So
Like,
we knew we had people. We just didn't know who they were yet. We finally figured out who the people were.
Okay, y'all are doing 2 Hawaiians and everyone else is flying in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And get this, it's so bizarre. Like 2 of the hunters are flying in from Toronto, and they're actually going to be there. They already have plans to be there before this even was in the picture for their honeymoon. So they're going to Hawaii for their honeymoon and like carving out a day during this to do the volcano quest. Kata is flying from Maine and paid
for just the 2 days.
Yeah, for just 2 days. His partner's no longer coming with him, but he paid for K-Hag to join us through his flight points or miles or whatever. And then, Korkio had arranged that sick deal with the points that you already have. And then who else am I? Oh, and then we're using points and like flight credits that we had from last year because we booked this flight originally with points. So all of us, I feel like, found pretty sick deals, and I don't know, we're able to pull it off. So I'm sure you'll have people that are gonna last minute hop on board.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk to people or mention this, and I'll post it on Discord and the Tiki Quest planning thing also. I wanted to talk about this. So, like, because, you know, you kind of need to prepare if you're going to do this. Like, you need to open the account, and then you need to spend a little bit of money, and then it needs to show up on your statement, and then you need to go book flights. And then obviously December it's kind of like a popular-ish time. Well, not when I'm going the first week of December, but later in December. So, okay, so actually VW Rules Chick and her significant other and Nop and their significant other have also like penciled in on my trip and said that they're interested. So that brings it up to 6, but they haven't bought flights yet. So I don't, you know, I'm not like basically saying they're a lock until they've bought flights. And originally I was supposed to go with a different crew also in December, but like later, so it was going to be like Tesla and I forgot who the other person, but it was like their families, and between all of us it was going to make 9. But when they're going is basically when, like, you know, kids are out of school, and so when Southwest finally released their flight schedule, because they release it only 6 months out in advance, it was crazy pricing. It was almost $1,000, or no, it was $1,100 for each me and my husband to fly round trip. And I was like, yeah, I can't swing this.
The holidays are nuts over there.
Yeah.
Well, like even during Thanksgiving week, I've gone during Thanksgiving, and it's pretty, it's still crazy. Like, it's crazy busy, but it's the best time of the year to go because your weather is like amazing. It's always amazing, actually. What am I saying?
Weren't Manel and Gia supposed to be going in the winter as well?
January,
like January potentially.
But
so think about
if the Coin Hunt Fest happens in January.
But think about that though. If they're traveling from Canada to the States, you might as well just like kill 2 birds with 1 stone, knock out Coin Hunt World Fest, fly from Vegas to Hawaii, or Hawaii back to Vegas.
Yeah, but you don't really know exactly when Vegas is going to be, because KKP said on Discord, he was like, you know, he said January, and then he said, well, maybe we'll do it during like Chinese New Year, and then the latest update is Q1, so it may or may not be happening in January. Like they haven't really like locked down the dates on that yet.
We know nothing.
They
haven't at all.
Oh my gosh, speaking of dates, okay, so this came out in Hunter's Lodge 5, and I was like just slightly, maybe more than slightly, like a little grumpy about this, was that like I kind of majorly wish that they announced events a little further in advance, because, you know, like we didn't book like Honduras and El Salvador that far out. You know, we only booked it like 3 weeks ahead of when we went, and had we had a little bit more heads up, obviously we would have gone August 1st.
Right.
And we would have played, because I was told like Bitcoin Beach wasn't coming back until, you know, November, December, when that was, and it's like, oh my God, I could have been down there like farming stamps, gotten the white QB, because either come a little earlier, stay a little late, and then also gotten like Bitcoin Beach. Like I could have done it all like in one go. So I was like, damn it, like as soon as I get back, it's like true all this super cool stuff in 1 month. I'm like,
in true Coin Hunt World fashion, we all get nailed by that one way or another at some point in this game.
I mean,
I saw that huge discussion in Hunter's Hangout, and I think in the general chat, like Community Alliance channel, and it was like, oh, believe me guys, like there's people that waste an entire month doing stuff and wish they hadn't after. So
I mean, there a heads up on anything would be nice. Like
a Coin Hunt World calendar.
Would
be great.
We had Renee in here, and she said that she would talk to the devs about giving us a heads up, even just on like server shutdowns. That hasn't happened.
Well, I think they're still working on it. They got more feedback last time, and they said that, you know, that's something, but I think it's really low on the priority list, you know. But, you know, they did give us I will give them credit. They gave us ample heads up on the shark blueprint. And I directly think that is part of the reason it sold out.
Probably.
And, yeah. So did y'all think it was going to sell out?
No.
No, neither of y'all. I did. No. I did. Not that fast, but I did think it was going to sell out. Just because of keyflation, you know, like you can get so many keys now, your mystery box and walking. And I just didn't like, okay, so I knew in my local area, like there's a guy, he's got like, you know, we were talking chat maybe 2 weeks ago, and he was like, I have 5,000 blues. And I was like, what the hell? Like, how do you have so many? He's like, well, nice. I do my walking, I do my mystery boxes. And he's like, I don't really live close to like user vaults. So he's like, you know, I'm spending so much time walking, so I'm not driving to where the UVs are anymore. And I'm not willing to hit system vaults for 2 pennies. So he's like, I just have keys. And I think a lot of people are in that situation. You know, I think that there are big key stacks that got built up for a lot of players, because when the system vaults change payout, and you know, if you're doing your walking and you don't have enough user vaults on your walking loop to burn down all your keys, you know, you're going to run positive on keys on a daily basis.
Yeah, I just assumed like everybody would be saving a little bit more for the anniversary event, but I don't.
Yeah,
considering we all kind of feel like it's going to take a lot of red keys. I don't know. I'm like,
So
but it was probably a little bit of.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it was probably a little bit of like everybody was seeing the ticker go down, and like change their minds, like literally while it was in the shop for that 2.5 hours. You know,
I would have if I saw it. I never even saw it. Like I was never at my headquarters to see it. But I've been.
So were you in the Discord, Korkio?
Yeah,
like, did you see? Oh, okay.
No, I was running.
Remote destroy them.
No, I was running that social event. I was running that party. Right. So I didn't even have my phone on me. Like I wasn't paying attention. I was not participating at anything. But I've definitely been saving for the anniversary event. But my problem is oh my God, my dogs. Can you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, good. They're losing their shit right now.
Oh, I mean, they're doing their job, but is everything okay? Is there other people home?
They're probably, it's the time of the day where everyone walks their dogs. They're just probably barking at a dog out the window.
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody's breaking in.
No.
Okay. Good.
But so my walk is always key negative because okay, especially now. We have had 3 new players in my area.
Yay! Just
randomly. I mean, 2 of them seem to be connected. So there's Dazzled Cakes and Side Slided. And they have extended the walk down. Like, they've added them along the same line as the existing vaults and just extended it. So there's like now 20 more vaults on the end of my old loop. And they've alternated
theirs. We love hunters with common sense.
Yeah. And they're new. So like, I don't know how. I mean, I did find Side Sliding on Twitter and linked him to the wiki and linked him to our show and, you know, told him to ask me if he had any questions. So maybe that kind of gave him a heads up of like, oh, this is what we need to do. Because the first vault I saw of his was somewhere completely different.
Okay.
And and then all of them were in a row all of a sudden. So that's probably what it was. So definitely do that when you see a new person in your area. Reach out and hook them up with the Twitter or the wiki. Yeah. So so now there's like 100 vaults on my regular walk.
Wow.
So yeah, definitely key negative at the end of it.
Yeah,
you're lucky.
Yeah, I mean, but also very lucky.
Events are going to be wonderful now. Like I'm going to have such a better edge on that RNG. Like I won't have to worry about it as much. But like,
and you don't have to drive at all, which is so nice.
That
like
too.
The way my city's laid out.
But we will.
I have a little hotspot around me that has about like 38 vaults that I like worked with people to create, and then the next closest thing is like these 2 other players are like putting scattered vaults in weird places. Like they're really like, it's like they're like, well, I want to clean this grocery store, but like instead of putting like 3 vaults there at the corner of, you know, spacing them the minimum 100 meters and like making it efficient, they put one vault in the dead, like they walk into the grocery store and put the vault inside the grocery store type of situation. And
can't reach that from the road.
You can't reach it from the road. Like you kind of like, it's difficult to even reach it from the parking lot. Like, yeah. So I have like, someone like is like building.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, they're like building something in the middle of like a car wash. I'm like, come on, guys. The road. I am not driving into a car wash where they wash cars all day. Like, and I'm talking about like not the drive-through car wash, but like, you know, where they have a bunch of attendants. Like, I'm not driving in the middle of that to like ever hit this vault. Like, it's a dozer. I have no idea how much resin's in it, but I'm like, no, because like, it's in a crazy location. So I have like a scattering of that. So then the next like area that I could actually drive to that has any amount of vaults is it's like 10-15 minutes away. So yeah, that's kind of like, I've got to do that when I like want to play events, or I can drive up to the Domain, which is like a, you know, I think Korkio.
The Domain's crazy.
Yeah, you said you've been there.
But I wasn't
like,
playing the game at that point.
Drive for me with no traffic each way. So if there's traffic, Domain is like 45 to 50 minutes. So it's like,
yeah.
I feel like you should reach out to this player that's putting them in terrible places and say, sir, this is a terrible place. Well, don't do this anymore.
This is what I do. I say, hey, like, I will fill this for you if you will move it. And I will then add as much resin as, you know, whatever it has in it right now. So basically it's free for them. Yeah. It doesn't actually cost them any resin to do it. Yeah. And then I'll usually add extra resin on top of that.
Because I did fill their cranes when they put them in a good spot. And then since they always remodel them. Like they move them and I'm done. I'm done playing resin.
Okay, got it.
It's like,
forget those people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but... So,
hi, IT guy.
But
so happy we could
you
could catch us live.
Oh,
no, sorry, I was just saying hi to IT guy in the chat.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry I'm coughing so much, by the way. I know I coughed a lot last week, and hopefully y'all were able to edit out for the podcast. So
I don't edit, so you're fine.
Well, I got a souvenir from my travel abroad, and that souvenir was
the vid.
So
that's so crazy.
Coughing a lot. I'm drinking some stuff today to try to minimize the coughing, so I'm sure people don't like listening to that.
You're okay.
You're fine.
I mean, who cares?
Are you feeling better though? Are you still testing positive?
No. I mean, I do. I feel better. I mean, it's fine. It's just like kind of a cold that just doesn't really go away. It's not like I'm like, oh, I need to go to the hospital, or I don't have a severe case. I had a lot of doses of the vaccine, so
yeah. That helps.
Yeah, for sure. I know. I remember though, the coughing lasts for like a couple weeks.
For real?
Yeah,
like,
it was not fun.
God, like, when is this gonna go away? It's like never, apparently.
Yeah.
I feel like my boyfriend and I are like the only people we know that haven't gotten it yet. Like,
Dude,
and I don't know how
you might just 2 years asymptomatic, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the vaccine itself knocked me on my ass, so you'd think I would have something from actually getting it. But yeah, I mean,
that's awesome.
During like the initial part of it, we literally went nowhere. So like that's when a lot of people caught it, and we just didn't, because we didn't see another human being. So
yeah.
But I mean, like it's I've heard that our hospitals here are overflowing again. So like, really? And we're not. I'm not being careful at all at this point. I should be, but I'm not.
Our mask mandate is about to go into effect like next week.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was actually like my most favorite part when I came back home, because Honduras has mandatory masks, and like when I came back home, I was like, oh, I don't have to wear a mask again. Terrible. But then I was like not going anywhere anyway. Like I'm like isolated.
Yeah, I was grateful
for 3 years.
Yeah, I was grateful for the masks when it first happened, because like I didn't have to wear makeup because I just covered everything with my mask.
Right.
Nice.
It is nice. But I wear them at work because I'm still around like hundreds of people, and it's too risky.
Yeah.
Plus, I can't. Being out of work for 2 weeks with, I don't know, COVID. So last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll get back on track here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So plus we have to keep our bodies healthy for Hawaii. So
Yeah, and speaking of
everybody's
IT
stepping
guy
up
being
that.
here, you got a shout out on the IT guy podcast, Brizzle.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
I'm
Luke
behind
Fend
on
was
podcasts, so thank you for the shout out.
Luke Fend was the guest, and he was talking about your El Salvador trip and what you were saying about printing the white QBs and stuff. So
Oh yeah, and also like okay, so I did print it, but I didn't print it till I got back here because cell phone service was kind of so like iffy there. I was like, oh my god, what if I like print a QB and I can't get it at one of these print shops? Like,
yeah,
so like I printed it when I got back here, and then actually like, I put it up. I was pretty desperate for keys for the shark. This is before I knew like I was gonna like hit
sell so many
jackpot with,
purple
like, purple
QBs.
QBs.
Yeah.
So it's like. See, somebody buy this. Also, like white QBs were like, okay, so like whenever something gets announced or something like drops, like everything else on the market pretty much like tanks. And so,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
this like log cabin thing came out and I'd already listed it. I was like, oh my god. So thank you, MarvinsMama, for bidding on it. I really appreciate that. And everyone else who bid on it.
Yeah, I didn't even end up winning it. I was so bummed.
I actually
stuck at work.
Like random person, like kind of like right before it ended up bidding 200 keys on it. So I was thrilled with that because I didn't think based on the timing of what else was going on that it was even gonna go for like 150. I was like, oh my god, this is like I picked the worst timing, but it all worked out. So I was like, oh my gosh, thank you.
Well, perfect.
Thank you.
And
I literally
was
just threw a
saying-
yellow down and was like hoping for the best. Like, hey, I'll bid it up a little bit, but I knew that I was gonna have to work the next couple of nights and I'd probably lose it. So
Beats was saying that his foremans went crazy right after the Hunter's Lodge. I mean, man, I should have planned.
I'm still
I didn't
bidding
sell
on
anything.
Foremans are still up though. Like
Yeah, well, I don't have the blueprint though.
yeah, me neither.
I just have a foreman.
I have one singular foreman and I'm like, okay, I better get like a couple more now before, everybody else starts catching on and, I forget, how did that blueprint work? Was that the very first blueprint for all of the first crane people in Canada? Okay.
In the world, the first crane finish in the world got it. It would happen to be Vancouver.
Got it. So is there exactly 100 blueprints or did more?
25 people contributed to that crane.
Wow, that's it?
He has one of them because someone sold theirs like right away. I think, was it Minnell? Is Beats, can he confirm that? Somebody sold theirs.
I don't remember.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Wow, 25? I didn't know that.
And they're so cheap to print too, which is why the QBs aren't that expensive because it's just like a small amount of paint. So
So I don't own a Foreman QB, and I don't think I'm even gonna buy one. I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the crowdsourcing like vision. I'm gonna build a structure and let everyone else in my community staff it with their foremans.
Hey, if you can get away with it, go for it.
Yeah.
I'm a completionist.
I want everything. Yes.
I don't have the keys for that. I don't have the keys for that. I haven't been playing long enough. Like I don't have like a legacy key stack that I came in with, or like any of those like blueprints that are like money makers. It takes a really long time for blueprints to kind of become profitable. So I don't have any of those. I've got all the blueprints that like everyone has, and you're like, oh, if I do the math on that, like I lost money printing and selling that compared if I just like sold the resources.
I stupidly bought a leprechaun blueprint. I wish I had saved the keys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep. So
yeah, that's a rough blueprint to have. But hey, I think of it like how who ended up, damn it, now I can't even remember that after that whole Valentine's Day blueprint, I still want to say K-Hag's wife won it, even though I know that's not correct. Was it Corlithiel?
Okay. Has it. Yeah.
I couldn't figure out if it was Corlithiel or Excalibur, but then Excalibur's selling off all of his stuff, everything. So it's Corlithiel. Maybe, just think of it like NFT purchase and
hopefully it becomes worth something down the road.
Maybe, right. And he was just like, I'm gonna pay whatever it takes to win this.
Right.
And that stuff gets really expensive when you have two people in that mindset. Like two people want one item and they're just like, I'm gonna pay whatever until I run out of keys, you know?
Yeah. No,
That
for sure.
happened with I think it was K-Hag and Strawn were bidding on that turkey QB together, and then it went for $69.69 because basically it just kept going until
Is that how much it went for?
yeah, Strawn won it. And I think K-Hag was the one bidding against them. Someone feel free to correct me if that's incorrect, but he ran out of keys.
I would have run out of keys way long before that. Holy crap. That's a lot. That's got to be the most expensive.
Maybe it was Marlov bidding against Sean. It was someone off the wiki team that has wiki on the back of their name in Discord.
Interesting. Because, like, before that point, I had the most expensive QB purchase in the auction house that was recorded on the wiki. So I'm guessing now this is going to be the most expensive. I'm glad I'm not at the top there anymore.
I think the wiki's a little behind on recording information though. Like,
well, they rely on people to submit their purchases. So if you sell or buy something, you have to submit it, and that's how it gets recorded. So I recorded that I submitted that I bought the vampire, and that's how it ended up on the wiki. They have no way to know if people don't tell them. So all y'all out there,
you guys gotta listen to the IT Guy podcast from this last weekend, and because Peregrine is on the auction house team and like inputs all of that stuff. And they crowdsource like screenshots. Sorry,
to POSP. I submitted some stuff. To POSP because he's
that's the perfect person also.
He's the right one. He's like don't get in that frame, cat. Go away. Okay.
So
Bearded Ant Hunter says he thinks it was Marlov around 6,900.
Yeah.
But then someone else got it for a higher bid.
Yeah, so it's Strawn. He got it for $69.69. Yeah. Okay, so Strawn and Marlov. I couldn't so it wasn't K, it was Marlov bidding against Strawn. Yeah. He said it was like his white whale QB. He has tried to get it twice before this attempt. And then this time when it came up, he took the day off of work to guarantee that he could hang out on the auction house all day long and get it.
Oh my God.
Between that one,
he was like very serious about getting it.
Yeah, between that one and what is it, the first New Year's Eve one? Those are the only ones that don't have blueprints, right?
Yeah.
They are the only two? Okay.
I think so.
I think you're right. Right?
I mean,
before our time, at least. Those are the two that I don't have. So I'm trying to think if there's one that just dropped in for us, but no.
No, I mean, because they were some of the earliest ones, and they said they were never going to do that again. So,
yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I have some
auction house
total off-topic stuff that's not on the agenda to talk about, but I think it's like news that people would actually care about. This is like stuff that like basically happened in Discord.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so one thing, there's like this whole thing where if you bid on a QB, it extends the auction. Like if you, right? So like
I saw you guys chatting about this earlier.
Yeah, so my understanding, a lot of people's understanding was that it extends it 15 minutes past the last bid. But I found out today that that's not exactly how it works. Okay, so it extends it 15 minutes past the end time. And so like basically how that manifests is because if you bid at like 14 minutes and 30 seconds before the auction ends, it is going to add that 15 minutes onto the end. So effectively the auction is going to run another 30 minutes, which is what happened to me today. I thought I'd bid at like 15 minutes and 30 seconds left on the auction, because I was trying to like slide in and snipe that right at the last minute, but I guess I goofed it by 1 minute. And so then the auction, like, it was supposed to end at 3:45 my time, and it was still running, and it didn't like end until almost 4 o'clock my time. And I put the bid in at, roughly like 2:20 or 2:27 or something my time. So I put the bid in like literally just before the 15 or just after the 15-minute mark, and then it ran 30 more minutes. But basically it extends 15 onto the end of the auction. But if an auction is already in overtime, when it extends 15 minutes, it meets the requirement of auction time has already passed. So that's why people like have this like misunderstanding that it is always just a 15-minute extension, because if you've already rolled past the end time, then it's only 15 minutes past the last bid because it already meets the ending requirement.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
note to anyone who like tries to like get those last minute bids in, maybe bid them out like 18 minutes before you think the auction ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to make it so much longer. Yeah.
Korkio, sorry to go off track really quick, but Nikki Boo also missed the shark blueprint. Missed the last few minutes of when we were chatting about the blueprint itself, and is asking for our thoughts on it. So just backtracking really quick, are you guys recommending like people just go right away to the auction house to go get a shark blueprint? Because clearly they're already up in the auction house for way more than two reds.
If you're a
is that what you're gonna do,
completionist,
Korkio?
I don't. That's tough because like I feel like I need the keys for the anniversary event. And so I was never really huge on the shark blueprint just because the paint cost is so much. It's not a money-making blueprint at all. And I already have the shark cubie. Yeah. So I'm like, it would be nice to have. I am a completionist, so I'd definitely like to have it. But this is a really bad time for me.
Yeah, right.
So like
not a good time right now.
Yeah. So if I was rolling in it, if I had sold a bunch of purple cubies, I mean, I'd buy one. But I haven't made smart selling choices in the auction house lately. I haven't sold anything. So I need, like, if I can sell a bunch of stuff and get some keys, yeah, I'm going to go buy one. I mean, this is definitely the cheapest it's going to ever be. It's only going to get more expensive from here on out. So if you want one,
For sure.
if you really want one, get it now.
Yeah.
If you don't really care, then
save up for the shark, or I'm sorry, for the pirate.
Yeah. So something you mentioned was how expensive the shark is to print, and that is a consideration. Like, honestly, I think like people might
still
be
just
better
paint
off just buying one of the cubies for a red key in the auction house. You know, just buy the cubie and skip the blueprint. Like, I mean, if you think about that, you effectively save at least one red key. You know,
until the next thing drops, and then they're,
like
you really want to have the blueprint, and it's going to be valuable.
The thing is that the blueprint doesn't really matter, right? So like when even when they're like, okay, we're going to do a Twitter
not yet
or whatever, it's the cubie that matters, right? And Illusion Weaver already said that he's planning to have an epic versus epic Twitter contest, and so the most logical choice is going to be, if you look through all the epics, like Shark and Pirate are the only two that only take paint. So they're the only ones that are like really accessible for people. Because if you have like let's say you have an epic from like a previous event, like the Yellow Dragon or the Turtle, like you might have that blueprint, but you bought it after the event ended, or like Chinese New Year, it dropped randomly for you. But remember, you didn't get like enough resources to print. So like these two blueprints, you know, it's fairly easy. It might not be cheap, but it's fairly easy to get your hands on the paint.
For sure. You can hunt it out.
The smart play would just be go to the auction house and buy a shark cubie.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day right now, the resources are always going to be more valuable than the cubie itself too. So in my opinion, I think get all of the things, get it all, as to where you can have your options on whether you want to, like, if you need keys, then just sell your paint and don't print cubies. And if you want the cubies, but also want to be like, you know, the Rolex creator, like Illusion Weaver says, you know, like, wouldn't you rather be manufacturing Rolexes than just buying one? Then I don't know. Yeah. I guess I always look at it from like a long term, like there's plans for this that haven't even been like conceived yet.
But I mean, I don't know, because like right now, like a lot of the blueprints are not profitable. Like you said, they're
Yeah.
not profitable to print. Even selling a shark
Yeah.
QB out of red key, guys, like the sellers are taking a loss. Like you're getting a really good deal. When you buy a shark QB for a red key, you got a good deal. They took a loss on printing that for you.
And
Yeah.
I bought my shark QB, I believe the person selling it was I Speak Nerd. I think it was his. And
Oh,
it
really?
was, yeah, it was priced really low, and it was hurting him. So he wanted to,
Like,
to
come
get,
on.
yeah, he wanted to get some more back for it. I think I still only paid like 500 keys for the
Yeah,
QB.
I think, but see, like those days
That's
are
not
gone
bad
because
at
that was way
all.
before keyflation, you know, like when people
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
people didn't have that many. Like I noticed, like, yeah, stuff just got like, because Pat Morita QB used to sell for like 200, 250 keys, and then keyflation came and those sell like for like, I've seen them go as high as like a red key, more at 1200.
As
even.
they-
I'm like, this is
As they
crazy.
should, because those
Well,
chopsticks
that's
are
true.
not cheap.
That's true. But it was like, it was never
Because-
about like the cost of the materials input. It was like never about
Yeah.
the chopsticks. It was about how many keys people had. And so how many keys people
Yeah.
were willing to pay for it, that like, you know, created inflation across the board on a lot of QBs. And, you know, some it's better, but a lot, you're still Epic QBs.
Losing.
People are printing their Epic QBs at the loss. The like smartest thing you can do in the auction house is just, you don't need to
Hold.
necessarily, if you don't have the keys to like be the key whale and buy the Epic blueprints, that it's fine. Just buy the Epic QBs. Like you're getting them at a discount.
Yeah, and honestly,
It's true.
like, it kills me when I see people printing these QBs at a loss, because they're only increasing the amount of QBs there are out there. If they waited until they were profitable, if people just didn't sell them and waited until they actually were profitable, then they would be even more profitable because they would be so much rarer, you know. But people are printing them, just not caring how much the cost is, and they're just saturating the market with all these QBs, like the freaking leprechaun, you know.
I know,
If
you
it-
should always check if you're gonna like post a QB, no matter what the QB is. Like it could be, I mean, even a Rudolph. Like check to see if there's any in the auction house first. And if there are 3 that just got put up and you see that they're on 3 clocks, don't put one in there.
Right.
Please.
Right. So
Wait,
I've
but
got,
also, guys, just catching up on the chat a little bit, Logitrol paint is not cheap enough on the market right now. The paint is going up in price like crazy.
Yeah.
But also the Briz, you have somebody in here that said hi. Red Dead Revolution said Brizzle, yo,
Hi.
hey y'all. I think that might be a friend. It's a new subscriber or new viewer for us. So hello, welcome. Trinity Black, welcome. Trinity Black also said this last shop drop with the shark blueprint will be one of their most memorable. Had an epic drive back home to get it and managed to get the 11th one left.
Oh, wow.
That's
It's
crazy.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So I don't remember who was on Discord. Okay, so you know, everyone who was like on Discord was basically doing accounting on. Honestly, I think the Shark Blueprint only sold out as fast as it did because in Hunters Hangout, we were all basically creating a giant like FOMO situation, like counting minute by minute. Basically, everyone's like, oh, should I wait? And of course, everyone's like, no, just rush home and get it now. Like, forge your keys. Like, oh my God. Like, so pretty much Hunters Hangout created like a panic buying mentality. And so that's why, like, so many people who were like, I wasn't planning on buying this ended up being like, I got FOMO'd into it.
Yeah.
So I had that.
Well, yeah, with only having 400, wasn't there 420 left?
Yeah,
like,
420.
once they open the shop. So that's like
Yeah.
not that much once you realize
But the last 2 times
how
they
many like
sold-
log cabins were sold. You know,
It's true, but
Yeah.
log cabin is 1 yellow key versus 2 red. So it was just like a big cost.
but
difference.
again, keyflation.
Exactly. That's why I did think
People
it
have
felt
the keys now.
Yeah, but not nearly as fast. And honestly, I think had we not been like basically creating like extreme FOMO and Hunters Hangout and like pinging all of our local Discords, I think that there definitely would have still been blueprints there in the morning for UK when they all woke up. And I feel terrible for UK too, man. These drops happened at like a rough time for them, you know, and I'm sure they're all going to stay up in the future after this one.
Oh yeah, set that
Coin
alarm.
Demon usually stays up for the good stuff, but only Coin Demon.
Right. But I don't
Apparently,
know.
Red Dead Revolution is Firecloud.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey.
Oh, hey,
He's in my
Firecloud.
state. I was like, I don't know who that is, basically, but I know who Firecloud is.
So I haven't been in the Discord
Definitely know
much,
who you are.
but I feel like when I'm in the Discord, I haven't seen Firecloud in a long time. Is he still in there? Did he get...
Firecloud, type your answer. Yeah, no, he's not very active. What's been going on there?
I mean, he was
he's
like
also
answering everyone constantly months ago. Like he was the most active person in the Discord. And then I haven't seen him in forever.
Well,
and I'm like, did he get booted?
No, he's still in the Discord. I think he's in college, right? You're in college, right? Are you still in college? Is he like typing out an answer?
He's saying hi. He'll hear the question in a minute and probably respond. But I mean,
like
he
lag.
was
okay.
Yeah, he was a little pugnacious in the beginning, which is why I was thinking maybe he got booted because he was a little pugnacious. But he says, "Yeah, I am. I just don't ever really talk. I read chat every day." So, okay.
Nice.
So he moved on to lurker status, basically.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I gotta do now too, because there's just too many. There's so much happening in there, and like so many paragraphs of opinion pieces. Like not even fun anymore. I don't know. I get called out every time I say something.
Oh my gosh. And then when like chat is dead, I like to think of like random like questions to ask. Like,
Right.
hey guys, because I'm like, shit, there's no one to chat with. Like, let's think of a question to ask everyone to get the chat rolling.
So the other day I knew that all the UK players were sleeping, and I was talking to Leppy about peanut butter, honey, and banana sandwiches. And and I was telling her like it's best on crumpets. And so then I randomly just posted in the UK chat, which I had never posted in the UK chat before. I just randomly posted, "Thank you for crumpets," because like they're my favorite. They're probably like one of the best UK inventions ever.
Yeah, I bet that got the UK chat going.
Well, not for a few hours.
They were all sleeping.
Oh, yeah, when they woke up.
Yeah. Firecloud responded. He said, "No, I'm graduated already. I'm working in my field."
Okay.
Like a farmer. He's a farmer working in his field.
Pretty sure he's not a farmer.
I know.
Okay, so back to you were
Good,
saying like you and Leppy were talking like off topic about peanut butter and honey. I think I was part of that conversation.
Yeah, I think you were. Yeah, because we were talking about your honey.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't remember if it was that same conversation or a different conversation, but Cuckoo Post like jumped on and like I guess he was lurking. I don't know. He must lurk a lot on the chats, but he'd
be lurking.
He was saying like we were talking about bees, so I don't know if this is gonna happen or not, but he was like, well, we need a bee QB, and like everyone's like, yeah, and he was like, next year for the anniversary event. So
I saw that. That would be awesome.
Bees, and then he was kicking around the idea of having like a Pooh Bear type of thing be the epic next year. So if it comes to fruition, you heard it a year ahead on the
Yeah. We actually like conceived this idea on Ladies of the Hunt, so you're welcome, dev team.
Oh, speaking of Cuckoo Puffs, he requested a custom shirt design, so he will be getting a Ladies of the Hunt shirt in the mail soon. He came up. He was like, "Why don't you have a Doge shirt?" So I designed a Doge shirt that's in the shop, and Cuckoo Puffs bought a specialty one that's like Doge on the back, and our Ladies of the Hunt logo on it. So,
oh my gosh,
that's exciting.
That was so cool.
Yeah,
so exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Hey, if anyone out there has bought any,
heard that.
If anyone out there has bought any merch, please send me pictures of you wearing it, because I'm like filling up the shop with like photos, kind of like review photos of people, like, you know, showing what the actual stuff looks like. Speaking of, can I do this now?
Let's see it, baby.
Ooh, wait, okay. So
check
this
out
is my
custom hunter
cutie.
jersey.
And then this is the back. Can you see it?
Yes. Come closer to the camera.
Yeah, it's kind of like fading in and out.
Oh, dang it. No, I can't tell which logo is ours. Okay, but
okay,
so cool.
Yes, and I got one of the women's slouchy must-haves. It's kind of like just like a loose hanging tank top. I got the black one with like the QB smile on it.
Nice.
So,
That's cool.
I'll wear that next week.
Yeah, and I saw Shu. Where is Shu actually?
Yeah.
Shu must be busy.
We need our
Shu got there. I know, we need our shoe. Where's my other shoe?
Shu a UK time zone? Maybe.
No.
I don't think so. I think they're a stateside player. I'm not totally sure where they hunt from.
Shu's already bought some stuff in the shop, and I don't think we've had anyone from the UK buy stuff in the shop. So.
Okay.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
But I also placed an order for a couple of wiki mugs.
Nice.
Just because I had to get the one with that the Kevo custom.
That's
too
super
cool to pass up. Yeah.
If I used regular coffee mugs, I would totally buy one too. I never do. So
makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. They just start collecting in your cupboard for no reason. And the next thing you know, you've got like 40 cups or mugs. You're like, what am I going to do with all of this?
Right. I've made some customs for, let's see, Loves to Run has a custom coming.
The Marathon QB, I saw that.
Yeah, and Con Man has a custom coming. And then, well, you have a custom coming.
Yeah, I have my custom coming. So we'll be definitely wearing those for the Hawaii volcano quest.
Mm-hmm.
So
Baby Tooth has some sharks coming. If you guys like sharks, if you're shark fans, there are shark shirts, shark designs in the shop right now that are only there right now. Like I was going to take them out once the blueprint wasn't in the shop anymore.
2.5 hours just seems cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave it a little bit longer because, because you guys need some time. Let's see. Who else? Yes, Nikki, I have a lot of dogs. They were barking. I didn't think you guys could hear them.
I think that was Marvin that she heard in the last one.
Oh, okay.
Because they're both insisting on being in the room with me right now, so they are sitting right here.
Okay. Yeah, so the ladies of the hunt shop is chugging along. People are starting to get their stuff. There are photos on the shop page of people wearing their new items. IDFK was like super excited about his hoodie. He gave us like a big smiling picture and it looks awesome on him. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I have to place my order for that hoodie because it looks so good. It's like perfect, exactly what I want in a black cat QB hoodie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and
I'm
honestly, like
soon.
The reason why I picked this shop is this drop shipper is because their quality is so good. Like I had bought one of the shirts from a nonprofit that used them and it was one of my favorite shirts for the longest time. So, I wore it out pretty much. Like I wore it every
Literally
single time.
Yeah.
Every single time it was available in my closet, that was the shirt I was wearing immediately until, it was clean in the laundry again. And so I know they're good quality. This thing is so soft. And the must-have slouchy tank that I got is so soft and so lightweight and airy.
Nice.
And the print quality is really good. I thought these would be a little bit brighter, but it's probably better this way so I don't look like I got some random like Marvel thing at Walmart. It's like a little bit more muted, but it's still, you can see everything great. And it's not rubbery, like it's breathable. So you don't have like a rubbery stamp on your chest. Yeah. So
Nice.
get your stuff,
really
guys.
nice.
It's real good. And if anyone wants
Briz.
a custom anything, just get with me. I can put literally whatever you want on a shirt as long as you can get me the picture if I don't have it already. So just ask. Yeah.
Just make sure it's appropriate.
Right.
Briz, have you
Yeah.
Bought yourself any Coin Hunt World paraphernalia or merch?
No, I haven't. No.
Not yet.
Saving. I feel, back to that like min-maxing, I'm a cheap ass type thing. So KKP said in the future, that he's gonna have something where basically if you buy merch, you get something in game. So I'm just gonna wait till then.
I've
hold
seen
out
other
for that.
people say the same thing, that they're waiting until they get a benefit. But the thing about that is, I know I've had like this private chat with all the merch people, because we've kind of been making sure we're all working together. The merch is going to get a lot more expensive when we do that. I mean, you can get a shirt for, whatever price now, add $20 to it, but then,
For sure.
I don't even know if we're going to be able to keep the Ladies of the Hunt store open into 2023, because when Coin Hunt World wants to take their royalty, I don't know that I'll actually, like, that might make a t-shirt $50, and I don't know
if you want to put your name behind that.
Yeah, like, I don't like ripping.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ripping people off, but like, I don't want to like.
Expensive.
Yeah,
it just will become
the
like very
royalties
limited. So get your shopping sprees in now.
Substantial.
Yeah, and even if I'm selling that shirt for $50, because of the royalty that Titanium Toaster would take, I wouldn't be making a penny on that. Like, all of it would be, because they want a royalty on the sales price. I don't ever see the sales price. Like, all I get is the margin. Like, I just get the profit. The drop shipper takes all of the money, and they just send me my cut. If they wanted to take a portion of my cut, I'd give them 50%. Like, great. But they want to take a portion of the sales price. And so I make like a couple of percent on the shirts as it is now. They want 10%. So it would be a lot of time spent to get nothing out of it,
Yeah.
So who knows? We'll have to see how it all works out.
Nikki Boo is getting us back on track here.
Oh, good.
Says,
okay.
Love this no matter what, but have we continued anything from last week?
No.
She said, I'm drinking, so I should have rewatched.
Yeah.
Meaning rewatched last episode. But yes, we're covering everything that we didn't cover last week.
Yes.
So last week
this
we
is all part of the grand master
in the
plan.
middle of talking about Hunter's Lodge 5 and like thoughts on that, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly where we were in it though. Although that is the next thing on today's agenda.
Yeah. Well, I think we kind of covered Hunter's Lodge 5, but Briz, you said that you're kind of like, you've been in the Discord this week a little bit more than me and Korkio. And another thing that was kind of like very prevalent in the Discord this week, and I kind of have to like apologize to everybody about, because I gotta, whose man's is this? It's mine. The unfound crane that's in the United States now, that we all were like, oh my God, we have all of our cranes. No, we don't.
Nope.
Yeah, that's Marvin's house. Well, it's not his fault. He has no idea. He literally just told K-Hag what the information that was given to us, which I don't know who this hunter is that he was even talking to. I had no idea about any of this like Old Faithful.
I remember hearing about that. Someone saying that they spotted it.
No, my partner was attached to the,
the
end of it. And so K-Hag messages me and he's like, I need your help. Is this real? And I was like, I have no idea. Let me call him. I have no idea. So anyways, yeah, we have an unfound crane in the United States. We thought that there were maybe, I guess, 2 in Montana, or in that general area.
Yellowstone. So the idea, people thought that there was one at Old Faithful in Yellowstone, and then a second one at the gift shop in Yellowstone. But it turns out there's only one at the gift shop. And so then Illusion Weaver was saying, people were like, can we get a hint? And the hint he gave was that it's in a location that's quiet for the whole year. It's quiet except for one time of year. So basically someplace that either hosts a big event, like a big annual event, or is really popular for, some of the ideas people threw out was like Burning Man, or where Coachella is held, or this like Sturgis, where there's like this big motorcycle rally. People really like the idea of Burning Man, but people who kind of know about that area said that there's not really any cell service out there. So
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I could say the same thing for Coachella, where it is literally like I get the logic behind it, but if you like go to Indio, it is literally just a like desert valley. Like the chances of it being there, I think like the chances of it being at like Joshua Tree are better than Coachella Valley, because I'm like, I don't even know if there's like an entrance. Like, I don't even know if there's a sign or a landmark or anything, because they just like rotate events so often. Like they have Coachella, they do Stagecoach. Like there's all sorts of events that happen there. And then it's probably
so it's
like an hour
for like all of the year, except one time. It sounds like it's, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like pretty poppin'.
Because it's got stuff going on constantly.
Yeah. And it's about like 30 minutes from Palm Springs. So like close enough to where there could be something in Palm Springs.
Maybe, yeah.
But then again, I'm like, Palm Springs is not a quiet place anymore. Like it's popping.
So yeah,
we used to go there like once a month. So I can't remember the last time we were there, but I don't think it's since the cranes dropped. So I think we'll probably go out and just check, because I'm like, I need to know.
But we also know that it has to have something to do with player density, right?
Right.
That was another reason I didn't think it would be there.
So
like the Sturgis thing, how are there players? I don't think there's players out there.
I don't think so either.
And I don't think, honestly, with them trying to make it a family game, I don't know that Sturgis is an annual event that they would want to. I mean,
the Burning Man idea is a good one, but
I don't have anything against Sturgis at all, but I still don't think of it as a family activity. I mean, there's naked people walking around all the time, so you know. So
there were a few other ideas that got thrown out in the Discord. Someone mentioned, you know, New Orleans because the annual Mardi Gras, but then people kind of also mentioned that in general, New Orleans doesn't strike you as that quiet of a place to begin with, you know? Like
it's kind of rowdy all the time, just by its own nature.
And then, Texas has like this huge spring break thing that's known for every year, like South Padre and Port Aransas. But again, like I've gone to Port Aransas. It's not there, and South Padre. I don't think there's any players out there either.
Wait. What's the other spot that you guys have in Texas that's like a spring break, like the beach that you have there?
That's it, Port Aransas and South Padre. We have two major spring break destinations that people go to. And
is that the name of? No, there's something else though that I'm thinking of. Dang, I don't know. I'll have to.
Are you sure it's Texas? Because Florida's got like
Florida has
spring
beaches.
Break stuff.
No, I'm thinking of Texas because like I remember my friend going to it for like a bachelorette or something like that. Going to this area.
Round Top? Are you thinking of Round Top?
No, that doesn't sound familiar either.
This one time a year, like massive antique, well, it's twice a year, antique festival. But again, it's like an open field, so that would be Round Top.
So I was thinking of places that like they've got player density, but they don't have vaults, like Maine, right? We know.
Oh my gosh!
Are they just being lazy and not
with
trying
the
to find
Maine
it?
crane campaign?
I'm just
so
saying.
Over the Maine crane campaign. I'm sorry, Kata.
we've got a handful.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
We've got a handful of Mainers, right? And they're
they even looking for this thing, or are they just waiting for
I don't know
to be like,
oh my
here
gosh.
it is? Because they complain about it so much.
I know.
Like,
I can tell you.
All right. Hold on. I don't like give a crap if they actually get one. I mean, I care about them, but like at the same time, I'm not like fighting for them. I'm just going with the logic here. We have.
I agree. The player density is there.
The player density is there. We haven't found anything there. So are there any annual events in Maine that we haven't thought of?
Like a lobster fest?
I mean, there's nothing that's known at the national scale in Maine, for one. Like,
right.
Like Cata and Phoenix. It's like so funny if you like read, if you were in Discord when it was like admitted like there's a crane, then when it, you know, suddenly there's like Schrodinger's crane, there's a possibility it could be in Maine, right? But you don't know. So then immediately they're like, well, any place that it could be has shitty cell service. So like, it was just so funny.
Schrodinger's crane.
Yeah, it's like Schrodinger's crane, you know.
Well, okay, so there's.
I know, it's funny.
Do we have
Galveston? Galveston is what I was thinking, by the way, in Texas.
She went to those beaches?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those beaches are like
dirty.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Let's say you're looking at a very attractive person and then they raise their armpit. Galveston is the armpit, basically. Like,
all Galveston is oil rigs and like
trashy of a beach.
Yeah,
that makes sense. But for somebody who is from California and then like moves to Texas and then like lives in Austin, that's like the next closest thing, right?
No,
like
go to South Padre. I mean, South Padre still isn't good, but like it's better than Galveston, and it's not much farther.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Well, okay, so first off, if you're coming out of Austin, they both take 4 hours to get to out of Austin.
But you have to go past Galveston to get to South Padre, but it's not much past Galveston to get to South Padre. Yeah.
No, they're in totally different areas. So you go south. Okay, so there's 3 different things. Okay, so you go out of Austin, you go south past San Antonio to get to Port Aransas and South Padre. Port Aransas is 4 hours south of Austin, and then South Padre is 6, sometimes 5.5, depending on traffic conditions. If you're going to Galveston, you're going east. You go through Houston, and then it's like further. It's like it's on the coast over by Houston.
Well, when we drove from Austin to South Padre, we drove past we could see Galveston. You can see it like off the highway. Oh no, it was definitely Galveston.
So girl,
I mean all the exits pointed that way.
Okay, so no, there's a turnoff for a major highway called I-10 that takes you into Houston when you're heading south on I-35, but you're still driving, you know, if you take that turn, you're going to drive 4 hours east. Like, just open a Texas map. You'll see where Galveston is. It's east of Houston. And if you're driving south to South Padre or Port Aransas, Galveston is definitely not en route.
Well, I mean, it was off the highway.
I've lived in Texas my whole life. I've been to all these places.
I don't think we took 35 all the way. But
yeah, I was like, this was a few years ago when she said this to me, so I couldn't think of it in my head, but I was trying to think of like, what's the close beach that she said that there was, I don't know, that they went to, but anyways, yeah. But I also don't think they're going to add any more, even back in March, I don't think that they're going to add any more in Texas. So I don't think the cranes can be in Texas.
I agree with that.
I also don't think California either. Like California, we're done with cranes.
Oh! It wasn't Galveston.
Or else people are gonna hate us.
It was Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah, Corpus Christi.
But that's
Go ahead.
Isn't that like the same thing?
No. They're
the city that is right before the island of Port Aransas.
Yeah.
Okay, so totally different.
Yeah, that's what we drove by when we were going to South Padre, and all you could see was oil stuff. Like it was just industry.
I mean, not all of Corpus is that, but I mean, there's a huge refinery thing. I mean, you got to think like the Texas coast, like any place that there's a major port, like when the oil rigs come in, like they need to refine the oil, like they ship it crude and it's got to get refined on the coast before it like, you know, goes across the whole country. So, yeah. Again, another reason some of the beaches in Texas aren't that awesome. But we also have the Mississippi Delta, like kind of flowing in more of the Galveston area. So the water there is just like brown. You know, you have like a river stirring up like a whole bunch of silt as it like dumps into the Gulf right there. So it's like brown.
Sounds amazing.
Awesome looking.
Oklahoma.
I'm really selling it for y'all. Y'all should super come.
Oklahoma bodies of water are also brown, but that's because we have red dirt. I mean, if you know, our bodies of water are brown. I don't actually swim in our bodies of water. It's funny, our neighborhood like actually puts blue dye in our neighborhood lake, which looks so stupid, and I hate it. But yeah, so we have tons of lakes.
That's foolery, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
But,
imagine that's good for like the
Anybody?
stuff that actually lives in the lake.
It's honestly
Oh, well,
like,
food coloring doesn't do any
yeah,
harm, right?
I think
Okay.
it's like super basic, like not really an issue kind of stuff. It's not like,
Okay.
It's literally
Yeah.
just dye.
yeah. Nikki brings up a good point. Alabama needs a crane. And I was thinking that we've got a decent amount of Alabama players now that Fire's kind of built up. But do they have an annual event? Nikki, let us know if you have an annual event. Because I can't think of anything that happens in Alabama annually.
Bama?
No. See, I was thinking maybe Florida would like be a good spot that got a new crane. Like y'all were talking about Florida does. I mean, there's a lot of beaches along Florida that like get crazy for spring break. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does Miami have a crane? Like honestly, we should look at the crane map while we're having this discussion. And figure out where they're located.
Or we can just blindly,
yeah. Blindly pick a location.
Yeah.
With no data.
Exactly.
That works.
Isn't that what half the people are doing out there anyways? No, I mean, K-Hag was in the chat like when all of this was figured out, and they were looking at the map and like saying, of the like Sturgis and Coachella and stuff, like that Sturgis would make the most sense because it like sits in a place on the map that is very empty. But I think at the same time,
it's also
like,
empty of people.
Right, like
so
you'd
is
have to. I was just gonna
Yellowstone.
say you'd
How
have
many
to look at a
players?
map of. Yeah, you'd have to look at like the player density map and like where. I don't know.
I mean, but Yellowstone has a
weird.
crane, and there's no players that probably live out there either. It's more got a crane because it's like a destination type of thing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if
but
you-
Yeah,
that,
there's no rhyme or reason really.
that
Yeah.
makes more sense. I mean, that is like, you'll come across people that don't know what Sturgis is. You'd be hard pressed to come across a person that doesn't know what Yellowstone is.
I didn't know
I
what
think
Sturgis was
they-
before this conversation, or
Yeah,
not
there you go.
this conversation, but the crane conversation. I had
Yeah.
to Google it
Okay,
because I was like, "What the
that's
heck are they
true.
talking
I didn't
about?"
know either, but they said Mount Rushmore is right there.
It's not right there.
Okay.
It's like,
it's
that
a
was like the
few
idea. They
hours
said it would be
away.
there. Oh, dang, that is definitely not there. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
so
Not even close. Okay.
I went to Sturgis when I was 16.
Okay.
With my dad, actually. It was a really weird choice. But yeah, that was our first big road trip. Is we drove from Rhode Island through like the northern route to Missoula, Montana, and we stayed there for a week, and then we drove south. We stopped in Sturgis, and then kept coming back home. So like, it's not that close to Mount Rushmore. Nikki says Talladega.
Oh my God, the Grand Prix.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. What state is that in?
Alabama.
Oh, that's such a good idea. She should go check that.
Yes.
Yeah, Fire
Nikki,
could definitely go check
Are
that.
are you close at all that you could check it? Because that.
When is Talladega?
That's a really good idea.
Well, I don't think she has to wait till Talladega to check it. I mean.
No, I'm
yeah,
just
she-
wondering.
But yeah, that could definitely be a thing. I didn't even
There's
think of
Shu.
that. Hey, Shu, we were talking about
We
you.
found you.
Yeah.
I found my shoe.
Did you see how Shu updated their icon on Discord
Yeah,
and
no
removed
shark.
the shark?
Yes. It's so great.
And then
Yeah.
you got the blueprint, and now his shark is back.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be super cool, Nikki, if you want to go check. If you could even you can stay live with us on YouTube and start driving.
Maybe we should ask how that drive is first before
Right.
you sign her up for that.
So,
Look, I said we could go check Indio, and Kata was like, "Great, how far away are you?" I was like, "Dude, I'm at work for the rest of the night. I'm gonna have to plan this out."
okay, so
Yeah.
Talladega is just east of Birmingham, which I think is.
Hey, Aperture Cat. Glad you could stop by while we were live. Sorry to interrupt you, Korkio.
You're fine. I think, if I remember, I believe Fire said he was in Birmingham. I could be wrong. When he was grilling, I threatened to come over. I threatened to drive 18 hours for his grilling.
Grill?
Oh my God. It looked so good. I mean, it was Brussels sprouts and portobello mushrooms and like homegrown veggies and stuff on the I mean, yes.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
We can check a couple of crane locations on the way. potential crane locations.
Shu says Nikki's about to pull a beardy and go radio silent for 3 days.
That was pretty good what Beardy did, though, because
that was funny.
Convinced in the Discord that he was making that drive, and then no one has. I don't think anyone's gone. Like no one's filled that crane up there in Canada.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you get a
not yet. It's the end of the month.
I thought, or, someone would mention it. Like
okay, Nikki says he's in Prattville. Where's Prattville?
No idea. Somewhere in Alabama.
Yeah. Prattville's outside of Montgomery.
Have to go check wherever the Grand Prix is, because that's a good idea. But so where is that held?
In Talladega.
Is Talladega a city? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so it's about an hour and a half drive from where Fire lives.
Yeah, literally, that's the most iconic thing that happens there, considering I didn't even know that was a whole city.
Yeah. I mean,
volunteering Fire. Sounds like it.
Say that again.
Where's Fire? We need to get him in the chat right now.
Know.
It sounds like y'all are volunteering him, or more like voluntelling him.
He's getting voluntold right now.
Exactly.
Go ahead and use those red keys for gas money, okay? Just kidding. He knows I'm kidding.
I'm searching Fire. Where's
probably.
Fire at?
I'll message him right now.
Yeah, we need to get him in here.
Okay, well, while you're working on getting him in here, did you guys?
All I messaged him was Talladega. He's probably like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't want us to run out of time again because it seems like I'm really good at running all over the schedule.
Oh, Nikki says that they'll check tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Sweet.
Amazing.
That would be awesome. Oh my God, that'd be so cool if we found that here.
That would be cool.
Okay. Yeah, we should keep going. Did y'all wear Tiger Lily? Because we were totally right about Tiger Lily.
Oh,
of course.
My gosh. Let's talk about that. Of course not. Because when cats came out.
Rebel without a cause.
I didn't.
Oh, you still didn't have one.
Okay.
Dang it.
And so I did the math and was, first off, when they first went on, they were like, I don't think everyone had gotten the information yet, like not everyone was kind of like keyed into there's a contest going. So kind of towards the beginning, they were selling for maybe like a yellow key or a little over a yellow key. And at that point, I was already like, no, I'm not buying this. But then towards the end of the event, they went for even more. They were selling for like 2 yellow keys, which was even crazier. But I mean, I was like, this is not a good like value proposition for me because, well, one, as soon as this is over, they'll go back to like 30 keys a piece. So that's like the time to buy it. And then secondly, it's like when you actually calculate like out of those little like contest boxes, what drops, most stuff with the exception of the Doge collars is not worth a yellow key. Like if you sold,
I got scales.
A lot of okay, I forgot scales is in there.
I've gotten
of Doge and scales.
Wait. I've gotten fire crystals.
Wait,
and fire crystals.
Fire crystals come out of there?
I didn't get it this time, but the last time I got fire crystals. I got fire crystals with one of the last ones. I got 25
context box.
Yeah, 25 fire crystals.
Dang. Okay, I didn't ever see anyone post from either time we've gotten these boxes. Like no one has posted that they got fire crystals to my knowledge. So I didn't even know that was like a drop option. Although again, your 25 fire crystals is still not worth a yellow key. So
debatable.
Well, I'm like, if it's blood, yes. And
no.
fire
Oh, I've
crystals,
gotten
it depends
blood.
on the day.
I did get blood
the
once.
20 dragon scales, maybe you'll get a yellow for it, but I'm not getting 2 yellows for it. So really, like, I was like, I'm not making, like, this is like a bad investment for me, basically.
But
like,
No, you have a
what
better
if-
chance of buying like blueprints, honestly, and like going to print a tiger lily. Like you have a better chance just trying to print one there.
But
spend less
what
keys.
if
a yellow key?
what if this is a tournament and now that Tiger Lily has won this fight, Tiger Lily's going to go up against another QB and maybe win that fight, and you might need it for that one too.
That's not what they're doing. They already said.
No.
Sorry to like. No,
Nah.
sorry to poo-poo on that. That's not what they're doing. They already said that the next one, which they have not said when it will be, but the next one they're going to do is like rare versus rare, and then after that they'll do like an epic versus epic, which is kind of like, if we circle back, where I was like, I think they're going to do shark versus pirate, and if they do. Well, I don't know. Honestly, they could do it at any time if we're really thinking about it. Because, yes, the shark blueprint did sell out. But, like, we talked about, those QBs are, like, hella expensive to print. And I think a lot of people who bought it don't have, like, the paint to print that QB. Yeah. But then, like, the pirate is, like, it's always been an easier QB to print. And I've always seen, like, a lot more pirates on the auction house to begin with. So even though there's less blueprints, I think there's a lot more circulation of the pirate QB in general. So they could do that contest like before pirate comes back to the shop, or they could, put pirate back in the shop at some point and then do that contest after. But again, I mean, I think it's smart to have each of those QBs.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head last week when because I hadn't even thought about it in the sense of, they were expecting 700 people to be watching Hunter's Lodge and didn't. Yeah. So they were anticipating, like, had allotted all of these resources and boxes for however many. He got my DM.
We got fired.
Cancel everything I was just about to say. We're going back. Fire. So Nikki has graciously offered to go after work tomorrow to check wherever the Talladega Grand Prix is held. I don't know if that's the name of the track itself. Oh, he said, didn't realize you were live right now. Recovering from COVID, lots of napping. I'm really sorry that you have COVID.
Yeah, you've also got company because Brizzle.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have COVID right now. It seems like it's
like the third or fourth wave
going everywhere in the country right now.
Yeah. It's the COVID stream right now. So, so we were trying to figure out where this yellow vault would be, and we were thinking, okay, where is there a good amount of hunters that doesn't have a yellow vault? And we were thinking about you and Nikki over in Alabama, and we asked Nikki, like, hey, is there an annual thing in Alabama that we can't think of? Because Illusion Weaver said it's a quiet place that once a year gets crazy busy. So then Nikki said Talladega, and we were like, oh my God, that's genius. So that's the recap of what you missed, Fire.
We've been voluntelling you while you haven't been here that you should go check.
Yeah, but it sounds like Nikki's going to do it for you.
But
while he's napping, recovering from COVID.
Yeah, now that we know that you have COVID, we're not going to ask that of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But one of you guys, that would be super cool if you go check. I mean, yeah.
It'd be super cool for you too.
So cool. Right?
Yeah. If you guys have a yellow vault, that would be pretty awesome.
Push. Yeah, you could save it. It's like kind of good timing too, because I don't know. If you don't tell anybody, you have 5 days until the month refreshes.
Oh no. Fire says y'all are spot on with it meeting the criteria. It is the track and the town. Unfortunately, I already checked. It's not there. I'll save for a trip.
But wait, when did he check it? Did he check it after March?
Right. Yeah.
Probably. He's a pretty dedicated player. Like when we were doing all the crane stuff, like the three of us, me, Marvin's house, and Fire, were like all trying to figure out like where all of the cranes are going to be.
Like after they placed this latest wave of cranes,
because we were, I think Fire had just made a leaderboard push the month before or 2 months before, And so he was trying to help, like we were helping each other with some resin sales, and because we were getting geared up. We made a leaderboard push that month that they dropped a bunch of cranes. So
were there any other mods?
I was all over where the cranes were.
Yeah. Are there any other
on this
mods
side.
that don't have a crane in their hunting area? Because
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know
kinda
where
crazy.
most of the mods even live.
so
I mean,
Anakura's in Georgia. I believe he goes to Georgia Tech, but I'm not 100% sure. And then we've got Squeamy is in Vancouver. And then we've got
Noelle
Leppy.
in Leppy.
Leppy's definitely a Canadian. I think she's in British
Okay.
Columbia somewhere, which would be Vancouver maybe. But yeah, I know she's in British Columbia because when we were talking about crumpets. Yeah.
And then ROIC is also
UK.
I think, yeah. Oh, okay,
UK.
UK.
Yeah.
I thought they were
What about
Canadian.
Noelle? Where's Noelle from?
Snow, I think, is from DC, is what I was hearing on.
Oh yeah, that's
the
right.
Zach
Because
and
he's
Beats.
gonna go. Yeah, the sushi.
The
thing.
sushi.
He's supposed to find the sushi. That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
But there's already a
Yeah.
crane in DC, right?
There fucking better be.
Right?
Probably.
God, I hope there's a yellow vault at the White House.
I mean,
Is
that's
there?
not really an annual thing, but
Well, but you can't really get onto the White House, so it would probably be at like the DC
Sure.
monument or whatever.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
yeah, that's interesting.
Not that I would say that that's a once a year location. I'm just saying like they
No,
better
right.
have one already. It's like that is the capital.
What about the Kentucky
the
Derby?
United States? Oh, that's a fucking good one.
Yeah, but do we have
But
any
I'm
hunters
talking-
there?
I think Kentucky already has a crane, and well, okay, so there is
Do
a
they?
Kentucky hunter, but or maybe not.
Let me
I'm
pull
told
up the
shut
wiki.
up, don't listen to me. That's like unverified random thing I just made a statement. But so
This
there
is all
like,
speculation, everybody.
exactly. This is completely
Not
speculative.
financial advice.
Yes. He's like something dad, and he's in our local Discord and the Austin Discord, but then he's like, there's no one on my Kentucky. He made a Kentucky Discord. He's like, there's no one on it. So I don't think that there's a lot of players in Kentucky. But I mean,
They
you
have
know,
t-
that
it
could
looks
be
like-
why it hasn't been found. It could be at the Kentucky Derby. That could meet the
Yeah.
criteria, but there's not enough players. So
Fire
it.
says Kentucky Derby has a vault already.
all right, there you
I was
go.
gonna say there's two there.
Yeah.
One is the Kentucky Derby Museum, so there's that.
Fire also says that Snow Owl was in Iowa but living in DC now. Him and Anakura both moved to DC, and there's a vault in DC. So
Oh my God, Anakura moved to DC. That's crazy.
yeah,
No,
I thought he was going to California. college
Biden plays
in-
coin hunt on the DL.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it does kind of sound like the mods are being stalked here. Like, really talking about, oh, like they live here and they live here. Like I feel like they
Well,
need to be in
that's
like the
coming from a
identity
mod.
protection program. We're like telling everyone where they live.
This is true. This is true. Maybe we can retract this comment.
I feel bad for Fire though.
He is
There's
the mod though.
the closest one to him is Atlanta. Like Talladega would have been perfect. I don't know why they didn't put one there.
Yeah.
Because it would have been
I
perfect.
didn't realize in my brain when I'm thinking like there's 100 vaults in the US, I'm like there's got to be at least one in every state. That's not
There-
the case.
No.
Yeah, no.
Well, and they
Not at all.
definitely
Like,
haven't
I
put
was
one in
pointed
Rhode
at-
Island or Connecticut.
Like many a times it's definitely not the case. And that just is kind of silly to me. I
Well,
get the player
especially-
density of it all, but like you're not even going to put one in each state.
Well, think about it. In New England, where all the states are so small, like Massachusetts has 2,
Yeah,
but
but
Rhode Island.
California has like 10.
Yeah, but California's huge.
But look at how big California is. Like the whole East Coast and
Believe
then
me, I
some
know.
could fit into California.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so-
you could drive through 6 states in 5 hours in New England. So
Oh, really? It's like that?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
yeah. So like Rhode Island doesn't have one. Connecticut doesn't have one. New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine doesn't have one. But the 2 in Massachusetts, like anyone in any of those places can get there within a few hours. So I mean, it doesn't look like West Virginia has one, but I don't know that there's anyone in West Virginia. Michigan only has one in Detroit, but I don't know that we have many people in Michigan. I don't know.
Michigan would be a good spot. I think, who's out there? Whitmore Sycamore is out there.
Oh, really?
Michigan. Mm-hmm. There's definitely so there's not a Michigan crane?
Shu says Minnesota State Fair is the largest by daily attendance. I just checked and that area isn't very mapped out, but I'd be surprised if we had all three within the Twin Cities area. Yeah. That would be interesting. I don't know if state fairs are really what they're going for when it comes to like annual events.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
like an annual event known at a national scale.
Yeah, like I think the only state with a state fair that is known at a national level is probably Texas.
Oh, Michigan has two.
Right, baby. Texas State Fair that I've never been to.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, I've never been.
That's funny.
I mean, I don't know.
All right, well, while everybody's kind of, thinking about where that last yellow crane could possibly be, let's talk about our week.
Yeah.
Our coin hunting week.
So I think I got good luck by asking you how much weight you lost playing Coin Hunt World so far, because I am officially down 15 pounds. So
yeah, buddy.
Congrats.
That's awesome.
Now it's been really hard to move from that spot, but we'll see how that goes.
I mean, I did lose 2 more pounds since we last talked, but that's more to do with COVID, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
To do with anything else.
Things don't taste as good right now anyway.
That to just like pop back on in a little bit. So yeah, about that.
Oh, Shu gave me an angry face and said Minnesota's is bigger than Texas. Texas just goes twice as long.
I mean, I'm sure there are that are bigger, but Texas must be better at advertising theirs because everyone seems to just know about it.
Yeah. I mean, they got the dude, what's his name? That like caught on fire.
Yeah, I forgot. Actually, I know the guy. Okay, so they had to rebuild that thing. The original one was made out of paper mache, and the guy got the head. So I know the guy who got the head. He lives in Dallas, and he mounts that giant ass head on his rooftop every year for Christmas, along with about 1,000 blow molds. Yeah, it's
my God.
Big thing. This guy is like mega rich, and he like has like land that he's got like a huge like hangar, like an airplane hangar type of storage situation to store all this stuff in during the off season. It's crazy.
Oh my God. Okay.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so, Texas.
His name is Tex.
Oh yeah, it's Tex. Yeah. So yeah,
I Tex head. Go ahead.
I haven't done much walking this week. I feel bad. It's been so hot. Last week I did 4 days. This week I didn't even check because I think it's low and I don't want to say it.
Okay. That's totally okay because you kind of are crushing it every single episode. So it's fine that we finally made it to episode 10. And this is where we've caught a little bit of a break.
Yeah. And
it is really hot out there.
Yeah. I did think, so one day I happened to randomly wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I wasn't still tired. So I was like, oh, why don't
no fireworks
go right? I was like, why don't I go on my walk now? I'll walk to the park instead of walking from the park, and then the time that my boyfriend would normally drop me off at the park, instead he can pick me up because it was like the perfect amount of time for me to get to the park, and for that to work out. So I did that. That was a mistake. I was like, yeah, this is cool. Like, it's going to be cooler. It won't be as hot, whatever. It really wasn't much cooler. And instead, I swallowed a lot of bugs.
Protein.
that early morning light.
Wait,
like,
she's vegan.
I know, but I'm not vegan.
I'm pescatarian.
Oh.
I'm not vegan. I love cheese too much.
Right?
Got it.
Yeah, and seafood.
Yeah. Love sushi. I'll be all over this quest.
Yeah.
But
okay, so I got rained
I don't
on
love
this
bugs.
week.
Oh, did you catch a storm? We had a crazy storm.
Yes. I had to have my husband come pick me up.
No.
Oh my.
Wait,
it was
where?
crazy.
On your walking quest or something?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
we had been,
shit.
yeah, it was crazy. It was like blowing through it like super speed. I leave the house. It's like normal Texas weather, which is like no clouds in the sky and sun blazing, like cook you into the pavement type weather. You know, I walk with like an umbrella in the shade and everything. And I'm like, I'm not even that far. I'm probably like a mile into the walk. And then I'm like, what the frick? Like the sky is like black. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like walk to the park. And then like it just ripped open on me. And I was just like, can you come pick me up? It's like pouring on me. You know, the park is like maybe 2 miles from our house. And yeah, it was really bad. But I did all my walking quests so far this week. And I try to do them all. I have missed some though, because when I was in Honduras and El Salvador, I was walking like significantly more than I usually walk here. Like at home, I walk about 13,500 to 18,000 steps a day, and I'm able to complete them every day. There I was walking 30,000 steps, but bad cell service. I was like getting like halfway through level 5 and like walking like so much more. So I missed like a big chunk of walking quests for a while, but yeah, it got rained on this week, which is very unusual.
You know, it's crazy. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it on the stream before, but like, I think I did, where we decided we wanted to grill out randomly. Like we hadn't grilled out all summer, and then all of a sudden it just poured like crazy.
Oh,
yeah, to go back to your car from the grocery store, and it was like 3 feet of fucking water.
So this past week, we got a message from some friends that we don't usually get to hang out with because they work a sales job that has them usually working pretty late. And they're like, hey, so we thought about taking just the afternoon off. We're exhausted. Do you want to hang out? And we're like, yeah, come over. We can go in the neighborhood pool, whatever. And like, you know, when we have friends come over, we just hang out on the back patio. I mean, because it's nice out there. Like, who wants to sit inside? We always spend our time outside. And like a half an hour goes by, but like they haven't arrived yet. They were supposed to arrive in an hour. A half an hour goes by, freaking downpour. Ridiculous downpour. Out of nowhere, lightning, like crazy lightning. But then it goes away. Like it was just one of those little squalls that kind of moved through and like went away. And then they show up. And they're like, hey, so are we going to the pool? And I was like, well, I think so. I don't think, like, they might have shut the pool down because of the lightning. They're like, what lightning? It's like...
Oh, they didn't even see it on their way?
I was like, the storm? They're like, we didn't see a storm. It stormed. Did it rain? And you look outside, and it's, like, insanely sunny, and the ground is completely dry because it had already all evaporated. And they happened to just like still be inside like with a client at the time when it rained, and by the time they got out it had stopped, and it just like they missed it. But it's like I rarely ever schedule anything with people, so if I want it to rain, apparently this summer all I have to do is plan something outside and it's gonna rain, because the 2 times I've planned something outside it has rained.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
But that you're kind of like the fortune teller for rain, you know, like you could start a whole side business on this, make a lot of money, because you know we're like in the drought portion of the United States.
Right. I just noticed Shu called this, I see we've arrived at the weird bug segment.
Yes.
Wait, do y'all talk about bugs every show?
No.
So we somehow arrive on weird animal, insect, outdoor something or other.
Because it's always like interesting things we've seen on the walk, and I seem to encounter a lot of wildlife apparently.
I was just telling a coworker the other day about you getting chased by fucking skunks. and then the snapping turtle, because he said something about, dude. Okay, so did you know that they like cook and eat snapping turtles in China?
Oh, yeah.
I had no
turtle soup.
No idea.
I've had turtle soup.
It's a delicacy. Oh,
No.
you have?
Yeah.
No.
I have to try everything once. I have to. And it wasn't in China. I've never been to China, but in Rhode Island, there was a Chinese restaurant that served turtle soup.
Oh,
Korkio,
that's not legal.
QB is disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So he was telling me about this crazy, and now I might be like skewing our search term of the week for this coming week, because he was telling me about this crazy YouTube video that he watched that was, I assume, turtle soup, but like from start to finish. So like while the turtle is still alive until it is consumed. And see, okay, I can't.
Yeah.
It makes me so sad. But yeah, he said he was very surprised that it was on YouTube because of the explicit content of something like that. Because he like put like a hose in their back, I guess, like through their, I don't know.
Wait, why are we talking about this?
Because you guys eat turtles. I don't know.
No, that's not a you guys statement.
I did once.
Right.
Once.
Yeah, you're right. So don't eat our sea turtles, guys.
Yeah.
It sounds scary.
It wasn't an endangered sea turtle. It was a freaking snapping turtle. They're like, you could go in my backyard and catch like 500 of them. Like,
yeah, I was telling him they look very scary. So.
They're terrifying. They're terrifying.
I don't know.
They are so far from endangered. They're almost an invasive species.
Okay, well then it's totally fine. Then we need to make soup. I guess. But no snapping turtle soup for me.
To the viewers, I am not a part of this conversation. They went on their own crazy tangent.
I know. Sorry. Okay. Let's get back on track here.
I actually had someone message me this week and be like, "Hey, I heard you're vegan," and I'm like, "I'm sorry to disappoint. Like, I'd love to be one, but I'm not yet. I try.
But you're on an animal rescue board.
Yes, I told them that, but yeah. So, yeah. Anyway,
nobody here on the LOTH stream is a vegan. Just gonna throw that out right now. I'm pescatarian. Korkio and the Briz, I assume, normal.
I am
regular diets.
Vegan,
right now,
except for So I kind of talked about this last time. I have like some health stuff in my family, so periodically I go on and off of it because I have other like vitamin deficiencies that pop up when I go vegan for a long time. So I kind of alternate between vegan cycles and pescatarian cycles.
Oh yeah, same. Okay, sick.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That for us.
Fire says, I live in Alabama. They'll fry anything. # crispy turtles.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I will to your
get out of here, Fire.
I will bring you one of the like deep fried sticks of butter from the Texas Fair.
Right? I'm all about that deep fried cheese. Let's go. Let's go. I'm all over it. See, that's the only thing that is keeping me from going vegan is like the cheese and the butter and the dairy of it all.
Oh no, for me it's
all
the
stuff
seafood.
That like rips my stomach apart though.
So
yeah, the seafood is hard too. I know. Let's get back on track.
Yeah. So I went on that early morning hunt, and I meant to this past week before we cut our stream in half because it went so long. I was going to tell y'all never again. Like, I will never do that again because I ate so many bugs. Like, I literally, like, I went through my water so quickly. Yeah. I went back. I drank my water so quickly. Like, normally I space it out throughout my walk. But I kept getting bugs in my mouth, and I kept having to, like, rinse my mouth out because it would make me gag. So I was like, never again. And then this week, I woke up again at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I'm just going to go walk. And I did it, but I wore a mask. I put my COVID mask on, and then I got no bugs in my mouth. And people probably thought I was that weirdo that wears a COVID mask even though they're walking outside. But I didn't get bugs in my mouth. So it worked.
Yeah, guess what? You guys are all eating bugs and I'm not.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God. So have you been having to do that like every day?
No, I mean, it's random when I wake up that early. I used to, back when I was doing my zombie driving for keys, I woke up at 5 o'clock every morning. And that's when I would, because
I know, right? Dedication.
Yeah, exactly. That's committed.
Well, it became just a habit, and I loved it. So reset was at like 6 in the morning. I'd wake up at 5. I would do my 1 hour loop, grab like 100 keys, and then reset would happen, and I'd do another hour loop and grab another 100 keys. And so like it was awesome, and I loved it. It was the best way to wake up. I took my my chai latte with me and smoked a lot of cigarettes and listened to NPR and just like zoned out for 2 hours with no one on the roads. It was wonderful. But it was crazy. Like as soon as key booths went away, it was like I couldn't wake up at 5 a.m. anymore. It just stopped happening.
Yeah. Yeah. All of a sudden you're like, the motivation to go get keys is not the same.
I mean, I don't know what it was. I think like I took a week like just break and then I couldn't get back to it. Like I would love to still just wake up at 5 a.m. and just sit on my back patio, because sometimes I just did that. I would just sit on the back patio for the first couple hours, watch the sun come up, and it was beautiful. But I just haven't been doing it, and I don't know what it is. So anyway,
well,
that was
awesome though that
my
you're able to
stuff.
It's awesome though that you're still able to like get all 8 done in a singular day, even if you limit it to 4 days a week or 3 days a week, right?
Yeah.
You've got your whole, that's what I think everybody needs to do, is like map out their whole loop, because then it'll make it like you have like coin hunt world time.
Right.
And you're walking, doing vaults, and
now it's even more.
Think,
like now that they've added those vaults on the end of my route, like it's even more than the full 8 walking quests. It's crazy. Yeah.
Nice. So nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I have to break it all up.
Jealous.
Yeah, like walking is separate from hunting, and it's once I get like an entire month off, I will be making a push.
Yeah.
But until then, it's just too tough. But I have to say, the walking mechanics, I don't know, with the last update that they did, I don't know if it was like Shark update or just after Hunter's Lodge update, like with the happy hour and all that, when the servers went down, I feel like my walking mechanic like tracker is been way better. Like it's like finally on par with the rest of everybody, where like maybe we could actually complete it in like 3 to 4 hours and not like 6 to 8.
That's
good. So I don't know what happened. Yeah, but like now I was doing like, okay, lucky if we get like walking the dogs, because we walk the dogs, it's not like a half hour. We walk the dogs for like an hour to 15 to an hour to 30, depending on like time of the day and how hot it is. But like we take a good long walk because we have to be gone for like 8 hours at work. So we try to like really tire them out all at one time. So our walks are like really long, and granted they can be slow sometimes, but even like with the slowness, I could feel like the tracking was just like so much better. Like we're now getting into like, okay, so I'm like at goal 5 and like maybe cresting into goal 6. This is so exciting. Like,
that's good.
That's really good.
Yeah. So I know I think tomorrow we're probably going to head out and do like a full day and do like half walk with dogs and half hunt. and like finish out the rest of it. And I think we'll be able to do it in like under 4 hours, which would be awesome.
Just don't
Yeah,
get too excited around that goal 6 area, because 7 and 8 takes so much longer, and you're going to get like, just don't pay attention to it. Just let it happen.
Yeah, exactly. But see, that's
Hey,
the other
Marvin.
thing is like today I have like, then sometimes there's bad days. Like I had a shitty connection day today. And if you're not paying attention to it,
That's
then
true.
you don't know that it's not tracking.
Yeah.
And so there was like a couple of blocks where I was like, there's no way I'm still like, what are you talking about? And so, yeah, I don't know. Still trying to figure it out, but I feel like it's gotten better.
Have you ever tried to do it where you're running Google Maps in the background? Like I found when mine is like not tracking well, which I also had a lot of tracking problems today. So I'm wondering if that is just like not specific to you. I noticed other people complaining about tracking problems today too, but have you ever tried to run Google, like pull up Google Maps and just turn that on in the background of your game? Like when I have a lot of issues, that can help sometimes.
No, I haven't, but that's a good idea. And I think I've seen that in the chat before. And normally I'm just like paranoid about my battery, but if we're gonna go out and like do a full like try to complete all 8, then I'll definitely bring like a battery pack and all that good stuff. So I think tomorrow I might try that, Briz, and just have like Google Maps on in the background, because I close out everything. I make sure everything's clean, like turn off Wi-Fi before we even leave the house.
But you got to be streaming our playlists somehow.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can still have Spotify on. You gotta have it downloaded.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah, I have it downloaded.
Oh, I don't think I can do that because I don't have premium.
I can listen to it anytime.
But I did find out from my boyfriend that I can make a custom playlist on his Amazon Music that is available for others. So I'm going to try to copy our playlist onto Amazon for those people that have Amazon. Also, like, I don't know.
Update it, what I did?
Yeah, like when you update it, I'll add stuff. So
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I also got him to agree to give me his pocket juice for the trip in Hawaii, because I never use a battery pack, because when I do my walking, I get home with like 40% battery still usually. But my phone's brand new, remember? So,
okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome though.
Yeah.
Because that's like what, 3 hours walking?
No, it's like
less.
2 hours, and it's like 2 to 2:15. Yeah.
For all. Oh my god.
Yeah, that sounds about right if your phone tracks correctly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like just over 2 hours. And that's if I'm like walking with the music that's, keeping me upbeat.
Yeah.
If I'm like walking with my mom, who has to stop at every single vault because she has to use her bifocals to like look through a different way and read the question because she can't read it while she's walking, then it takes me more like 2:45.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Makes sense. Well, speaking of the walking playlists, and well, now I'm kind of glad that I have it as long as I do, because I know I'm not the only one that's a little bit longer in the walking quest, right, Bruce? So yeah, tell us what your what do you normally do like for your walking goals? Like what does it take, and where do you hunt, and where do you walk, all of the good stuff?
Oh, okay.
Like, do you have to separate it, or do you get to like hunt and walk at the same time?
Correct. I get to do the second option because, kind of like I talked about last time, I back up to
Domain.
No, I live south. The Domain is like 35 minutes north of me. So, but I do back up to an area that is, I guess commercial is what you'd call it. Like, I back up to kind of like a city road. I don't know, like 2 lanes each way type thing. And there's like kind of shopping centers and different stuff like that. There's a public library, there's like a bank, there's a community college, and you kind of get the idea of like what's around me. And then there's a park. And so basically I just like got all that bill out with like, I got a friend and I was like, you're going to play this game and come down and you're going to like put all your vaults in South Austin, even though you live in North Austin. He's my beekeeping buddy. And then like
awesome.
my husband, he recruited me. So I was like, oh, well, before you put any of your vaults, honey, we're going to like map them out and like spend the minimum spacing. And of course, this was like before Anna Kerr's map
really
actually
smart.
had that tool built in. So we would like, place a vault and then we would just take a step and try to place another vault. Take a step, try to place another vault. We would just basically walk down the street the minimum distance. And then this was back when key boosts were around too. So, and the system vault, so there were like lockout radiuses. Like, so for anyone who wasn't around for key boost, it was like 50 meter you couldn't place. It was like a lockout, so you'd have to like, so it's not like all of the vaults are spaced exactly like 100 meters because of the key boost, which are now system vaults. But anyway, so yeah, I just basically I walk out of my neighborhood, I walk down this like main street to get to the park. I sometimes will hit all the vaults along like the route, because the route basically makes like a T, if that makes sense. I walk down one street, I take a right, there's like a line of vaults there, and then I backtrack on that, come back down, and then I continue on the main street route, kind of loop through a shopping center, then come back to that previous intersection, and then take a left, go down to the park and do a loop in the park. And usually just, the park has shade, so pretty much just the park from like then on is all about the park where there's shade. And then I walk out of the park and walk home.
Yeah. I find myself like hanging out in the shady parts a little bit longer than the other parts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Marvin has he's like so well accustomed to our area where he like will walk really fast in the sunlight and then slow down in the shade and then walk really fast in the sunlight and slow down in the shade. It is hilarious. But
so
he's perfected
I wonder
it.
if the pavement hurts, if it's hot on his feet. How hot is it where y'all are? Because it's probably very. Yeah, you have like little foot pad protectors, so it doesn't burn his feet.
Well, I have a coconut like conditioner that I use for his paws, and then I always check the pavement before we leave. So we have a little spigot at the side of our building too. So I like fully give them a little. Pearl is literally talking right now, so if that's what you hear in the background, it's Pearl. But we have a spigot on the side, so I like run water all along their backs and have them like step on it before we go on our walk, and then we only stick to shady paths in our neighborhood, which our neighborhood is very shady, so we get really lucky. But it's mostly like crossing the street, you can tell when it gets a little hot for them. But we have to do all of our walks in the morning.
Here you would have to get booties. It would be impossible.
They've got booties too, because it gets really hot. If you wait too long to take them out, like it gets too hot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that like that viral video that went around of like somebody cooking a steak in Texas, like on the sidewalk.
Oh,
I did not
fucking
see that,
insane.
but I don't doubt that it's a real thing either.
Routinely here, people do that kind of stuff. Like there was a
We're
hotel.
past the egg.
Yeah, there's a hotel by where I used to live that I think it was like it had been turned into like low income housing. Like it was a former hotel that was now low income housing, and you'd always see like a large family out there every weekend making tortillas on the pavement, like just cooking them. Yeah, they'd lay out like a blanket or something, and they would just cook them in the sun on the pavement. And yeah, I mean, you could so easily fry an egg. I mean, that would be easy. Wow. But
right?
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, today when I went out sunning myself, like, I couldn't stand on the light colored cement, not even the dark asphalt, like light colored cement. I put my toe on it and I immediately jumped off of it because it was probably like the cement was probably 120 degrees, if not hotter.
That's hot.
It was crazy.
Thankfully, we have lots of people with, I mean, everybody has a yard, and then we have like the sidewalk and then a little bit of grassy area. In the area that we live, it's like very big grassy area. So the dogs walk like mostly on grass.
Yeah.
The cement is no joke out here.
The grass wouldn't save you here. The grass is all dead.
Yeah, the grass is
all
it's green out here.
It's completely fried. Like everyone's grass is crispy. Water. Yeah.
Y'all are allowed to water? Yeah,
we're not allowed to.
Not allowed to water here either. How is California allowed to water your yards? Y'all have like the biggest like water
shortage, drought
in the nation.
Yeah. Oh, and then I think it's because we use recycled water. Like I don't let my dogs go in the sprinklers anymore because I'm pretty sure they use all recycled water. But even at that point, like it seems wrong. And every time we walk by sprinklers, I feel so bad because both of the dogs go buku over sprinklers. Like, they love them, but I can't let them in there anymore because I just don't know like where the water is coming from or it's all a mess. But
I mean, it's probably not like poo water that's gonna get used to. I mean, you know, like if the city's supplying it, they have like a obligation to at least like sterilize it to the extent that they're not going to get sued because someone's like, my kid ran through the sprinklers and basically got E. coli from the water. Like they're not going to let that happen, you know?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I don't know either. I could really see them being like, fuck them kids.
I mean, Flint, Michigan happened. Like we all know Flint, Michigan.
Like, they have signs everywhere of like there could be lead and yada yada. Like there's a lot of signs like warning us to not drink the water as humans. So I don't think that they're worried about like people playing in the sprinklers truly. Like I don't know, sad as it is. I have to bring a water bottle out, but it's no big deal. You have to bring that stuff out when it's hot days. Just like us, we got to bring our water bottles and our battery packs and, you know, our umbrellas.
Right. I totally forgot about the umbrella hat idea. That would work so well in the sun, not just the rain. Remember the umbrella hat? Someone was talking about that?
Kevo.
Was it Kevo? Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get me an umbrella hat for sure.
That's actually a great idea. I should get an umbrella hat for like all three of us. Like Marvin and Pearl need one too.
We should see if the wiki shop uses this company called Printful to make all their wiki merch. They might be able to make a QB umbrella hat. So we shouldn't just buy a generic one. We should see if they can make one first.
A little Quinn Hunt World one.
Yeah. So, I have also on my interesting things that happened this week, I got a text message from my sister-in-law who lives in Utah that just told me my nephew just started playing Coin Hunt World.
Awesome.
That's exciting.
Out of nowhere, because I mean, I don't talk to him. Like, he's not, I mean.
Oh, so it's not even your referral code?
Oh, no. I doubt it, unless he, like, found my stream or something. But he's, like, a full-on adult with his own life that I don't... I mean, if we have a rare family get-together, I'll see him and we'll hang out. But, like, we don't, you know... I've done his taxes once.
You're not like texting him your referral code and telling him
I don't even have his phone number.
Level up his headquarters.
No. No, but I keep my sister-in-law up to date because when we went to Honduras, I was telling her about the game, and so I've sent her a link for our shop, and I sent her a link for our stream, and she always at least acts super excited for me, even if she's just like being really nice. So it makes me feel good. So I send her stuff. Nice. She responded today that he just started playing. So shout out to Nevin in Provo, Utah, or he might be in Salt Lake City. I'm not sure.
Hey,
but,
Nevin.
Yeah.
Can we add him for buddy quests?
I don't even know his
Is
username.
he on Discord?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know his username.
So this is like very fresh.
Yeah, it literally just happened yesterday. So, I mean, I can message her and ask her more information about it, but yeah. So,
how old is he?
I want to say he's like 4 or 5 years younger than me. So,
Okay.
late
Awesome.
20s, early 30s, something like that. Yeah. But yeah.
It's raining QBs. I'm catching up in the chat. Fire said it's raining QBs. I'm confused. Are people still catching up? Maybe
I don't know.
from our chat.
He said it's
So I'm like, we're not
raining
in QBs. It's raining QBs.
He's probably talking about the umbrella hat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
makes
would
more
make sense. Yeah.
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 I
It's
was
not
like,
raining cats and
lost
dogs
by
it's
that
raining
comment.
QBs. Yeah. So I was like, what? Sweatbands and we need headbands and wristbands. Sweatbands.
Dude,
and short
I
shorts. Dolphin
suggested
shorts.
That.
Okay, good. Nikki said,
that.
what
Yeah.
does that mean?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. It's a reference to the 80s. Exercise, y'all. Okay.
Let's do
I-
it. I want high socks.
Yes!
I want
So,
Clean
like-
World high socks.
Okay, so you need the socks that come up to your knees that have the stripes, the horizontal stripes, and then you need those like short, like barely
Dolphin
cover,
shorts.
like yes, like the little, you know, those shorts from the 80s, and
They
like
give
on
you
the
all the
side,
air.
yeah, and then the tank top and the sweatband and the wristbands. You like an 80s like
Korkio
exerciser
was like,
slash
God,
marathon
please
runner.
no.
Dude, I suggested this for a QB in the like suggestions channel even.
I think
And
this
I
might be like
suggested-
Love to Run's QB.
Right.
Kind of. No, theirs isn't because they got. No, that's not exactly how theirs is. But like, wouldn't that be
They don't have a
cool QB
sweatband.
for them to make if like, and it wouldn't be like a QB you found in a vault. It would be like a QB that you earned through doing like, it's like 30 days in a row of all 8 walking challenges, right? Like,
As long as I don't
you're
have
already
to.
like on the leaderboard though at that point.
Yeah. And as long as I don't have to wear the stuff, because I already have the weirdest freaking tan lines as it is. I don't need like crazy white, like, you know, things around my wrist and like a white like section on my forehead. Like, no.
No, not that you
No,
have to
it would
wear
be
it, but,
cool,
like,
like,
if
a
you
year.
did all your walking quests, you would like earn this like 80s
Yeah, no, that's
exercise
cool.
QB.
As long as I'm not wearing it, we're good.
Yeah,
And I
I'm not
definitely
wearing
don't
that.
need white, like all the way up to my knees with the high socks. Like, I have the craziest sneaker tan line right now. I've never had a sneaker tan line in my entire life, and I hate it. Like, sometimes I sit outside, like, in the sun. Like, I'm in the shade, and I just put my feet in the sun to try and get rid of this sneaker tan line. But,
How is that
yeah,
working?
It's not. Yeah. But and honestly, like, all those merch ideas, the short shorts and the sweatbands and stuff, I would love to make that stuff. Unfortunately, my shop only does shirts and sweatshirts and mugs and face masks. So hopefully the wiki shop can do something like that, because they have a lot more options. I know someone on Reddit had requested a onesie, you know, like an adult pajamas onesie.
Yeah.
That was like a QB or something, and I think that's a great idea. I wish I
I think
could
that was
make
Mr. Sage.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, this was on Reddit that I saw it. I didn't
Oh,
recognize their name on Reddit. Maybe it was Mr. Sage's Reddit name. I don't know.
No, I remember Mr. Sage had tagged us like we need onesies in the shop.
Yeah. Well, it was
Okay.
funny because I messaged Marlov about it, and I was like, "Hey, can you get onesies in the wiki shop?" And he sent me back a screenshot of like an infant's onesie. And I was like, he's like, "This is all they
Yes,
have."
but no.
I was like, "I mean, like, for adults." He was like, "Oh, I didn't know about those." I was like, "Oh, okay. Well,
my default Halloween costume.
right." So anyway, Yeah, I think those would be cool. I'd wear one all the time, like throughout the entire winter, day, night, whatever. I love onesies. Like I have a rainbow unicorn one, I have a dinosaur one, and of course I have a cow one. So I would totally.
She said infant onesie size XXXXXXXXXL.
Yeah. But then you'd have like that snap thing for your butt. And as an adult, you don't really want to.
You still need that though as an adult.
Oh, I just have the full
if you're
zip
gonna
ones.
I thought it just had like a zip down the front for an adult, and you just had that unzip.
Oh, it's gonna be a romper moment.
Pull the whole top section down.
All of my onesies are just
I'm a huge romper wearer, so.
Yeah, I mean, all my onesies, well, 2 of my onesies are zip up the front. One of them is like an Asian style that's got more of like the hobo pants kind of thing, but so it's buttons. But it's all just seam up the front. It's not
buttons.
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 Honestly, I didn't even know adult onesies was a thing. Okay, so your adult onesies look like
Target
onesies, or like, or do they look not like onesies, but they just are onesies?
No, they look like onesies,
but they don't have like the footies.
The feet. Do they?
They don't have the feet.
Built-in footies.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
They're
they don't have the feet.
Bottoms.
Okay,
actually,
so I'm thinking they have the built-in feet with them type of onesie.
Honestly, I would also be down.
You can get those though. I just don't have those ones.
That's awesome.
But I don't like them with the full feet because then your feet get way too hot. You have to have
for life.
Yeah, you have to have your feet exposed, otherwise you overheat in a onesie completely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I actually back in the day, I bought my ex a onesie that looks like not a onesie. It looks like a tracksuit, but it's a onesie.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a men's like sweatsuit, but it is a onesie. And I tried it on.
Like a
oh my God.
suit.
It was so comfortable. He never wore it. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? You should wear this.
Give
He's
me
like,
that.
It was way too big for me. I mean, I'm like 5 feet. He was like 6'1". I couldn't wear that thing.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. That just reminded me of Mortal Kombat Wombat. But before we do that, is anybody interested in a bathroom break?
Yeah, we could do a bathroom break. Yeah.
I tried sending messages last time, Morse code, it wasn't working. So
I never get them.
I went off on my own. But if we all need a bathroom break.
Yeah. We don't have too much time left. We're already 2.5 hours in. So we can either take a bathroom break now or we can just finish up real quick. So, but if you need one, we can take one.
Are we finishing up really quick? Okay, let's do it.
Well, I mean, we've got like a half an hour left.
Seems very unlike us, but let's go for it.
I found out last week if we record over 3 hours, YouTube will not let me download the episode.
Oh, so we literally can't.
Well, we can. I just have to edit our stream twice instead of once. Because then I just...
She said Brizzle part 3.
What happened last week? Because I'm pretty sure we went over 3 hours last week.
I know. I think we did, huh?
But I don't think we have that much left. I mean, we've got the song to add to the walking playlist. We've already gone over the merch stuff, so...
Do you want to tell us your... I mean, is this the song you've been walking to this week?
Okay, no. So, well, yeah, okay. In general, when I walk, I either listen to like people's podcasts or I listen to Spanish CDs and I've just like practiced speaking Spanish. I literally never listen to music when I'm walking, almost never, because my phone like is like a total POS. Actually, like I'm pretty sure. So I have failed one photo quest and I'm almost positive when I like look back, it's from like toggling between stuff, so I used to walk like and have like Spotify or walk and have like Discord. And the problem is whenever I toggle between Coin Hunt World and any of these apps, it basically closes out Coin Hunt World because my phone probably just is like a crap phone and doesn't have enough RAM. And then like one day I like get this message that's like, well, I mean, I did like, so I get a photo quest and I do it. And then I get another photo quest like 2 days later and I do that, and then I get like a message. It's like, you force closed the app on a photo quest. I'm like, what the hell? No, I didn't. So I like opened a ticket and I'm like, guys, like, I don't understand. This is a mistake. Like, I'm having a total freak out. And I don't know. They're like, no, like the logs show like you must have had one like pop up, or I have no idea. But that's like, I'm like, okay, so now I'm like super like crazy about like no Discord, like in conjunction. Like, I'm not risking anything causes the app to like close or crash. And yeah, so like if I'm going to be using like Spotify, I just pretty much like listen to the podcast now, or like listen to like the Spanish stuff to work on my Spanish rather than listening to music. But in general, like when I do listen to music, I really like, well, I like a lot of music, but the song that I recommended for y'all to add to the playlist is called Nunca es Suficiente, and it's by Natalie Lafour. Her last name pronounced. I always goof that. Like Natalie Lafortunica or something. I don't know. Whatever. Sorry if I butchered your last name. You'll never hear this podcast. Anyway. But,
who knows? Maybe she will.
She won't. It's a really beautiful song. And it's like pretty like it's pretty good tempo song too. So
okay.
Nice. And I figured you guys could use some like non-English songs on the playlist as well.
Oh, we've got a bunch. I mean, there is a whole bunch of Latin music on there because we love it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it'll be a good addition. I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah. I'm surprised we don't already have it on there.
Well, I've added quite a bit. We had a little bit of a playlist refresh within the past week, I think, from our last episode, Briz, and then this episode, because I was finally like, yeah, you're right. We're listening to all the same shiz. So I finally refreshed it and added a little bit more too, because we made a little bit of a Hawaii playlist for all of our hunters that are going for our Hawaii Volcano Quest hike. So we made a playlist for that. And
really?
So cool. That's really awesome.
Yeah. So what
we need
Korkio.
Wait, what?
I sent it in the group chat.
You did? Where have I been?
I don't know. I sent it like a month ago.
Oh shit. Okay.
I mean, not a month ago because we just planted this, but maybe like a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Cool.
I sent it again. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't see it.
So I had added Island in the Sun by Weezer this week because that's what inspired me on the Hawaii playlist. It like came up in my shuffle randomly and I was like, oh, this is a good like walking song, like towards the end, you know, it's a little more chill. And I added it to our Hawaii playlist. So that's my song of the week.
Well, for the Hawaii playlist, I might try and find you some more Big Sandy, because
I put Big Sandy on there.
Oh yeah.
My love will travel. Yeah.
Well, but more like that's a random Big Sandy song that I just came across. But like, God, they've been around since I was born. So they've got
all of it.
Really good like surfing music and stuff, you know.
Yeah, like rockabilly surf.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then 311 like is the perfect island music.
Oh, so, I added a couple of songs by 311.
Okay, good. I'll have to look at this playlist.
Jack Johnson on there, Slightly Stupid.
Oh, I like Slightly
Sublime.
Stupid. Slightly Stupid was actually on one of those 311
Revolution.
Cruises.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. That's why I would totally be down for going on a cruise there, because I bet you like Slightly Stupid, Dirty Heads, like one of them will end up being on that cruise. And
you should come.
I know.
You should do it.
We're gonna try to make plans, because all of those bands are right up my stoner alley.
Yeah. Yeah. So it would be totally awesome. Anyway, so there's nothing else on our list of things. Oh, there's the search term of the week, which is not really that crazy. And it's actually the search term from last week, because our notes are from last week, because this is a part 2.
Oh yeah.
One of you or multiples of you were searching for the best French toast recipe. That obviously has nothing to do with Coin Hunt. However, if you have, because of this, if you have found the best French toast recipe, I would like it, please. Thank you.
French toast QB?
That would be a good idea.
I think it's gonna be like a Toasties QB, but with
yeah.
cinnamon sugar sprinkled on top.
That's a good idea.
Delicious.
I mean, so my French toast recipe is just like you get bread. I don't do the stale bread thing because stale bread is gross. I get bread, I put it in the toaster, and I make toast, and then
smart.
I soak it in like the milk and the egg and stuff, and then, cook it. So if anyone has a better French toast recipe than that, I want to know about it. So share, please. Thank you.
Send us the best YouTube video that you found.
Yeah, and honestly, like all of the search terms that last week were kind of obvious. There was like Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto. It was like, oh, this is boring.
Really? No cats?
Is like, no cats. There was nothing about cats. The most unique thing was the French toast recipes. So that's what I went with.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So everyone I know who makes French toast doesn't actually bother to make the toast part first. They just buy the bread and start from there. Like they dip it in the batter and then they.
It's like brioche. They just do the brioche shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it's a little soggier.
Exactly.
Like if you don't toast it first, it gets soggy.
But people like that. I mean,
I don't like soggy.
It's
already
soaked. Gooey in the middle,
No. It's got to have some structure. Otherwise, it just falls apart.
Crispy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like if I could describe it, like sourdough French toast would be like the ultimate French toast for me. Because it doesn't need to be.
Like I like the texture, but it's like the only bread I don't like the taste of.
Really? What?
Yeah, I'm not a sourdough person.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wait, what is the bread that you do like?
Like all the other breads. Like
all
literally every other bread.
Everything except sourdough.
Wow.
And I like sourdough over everything else. That's so crazy.
Well, and I know that I'm the weird one here. Like I get that because I know everyone loves sourdough.
I don't think that that's the case at all.
No, but like even like at the animal rescue, we have an ongoing sourdough starter at the animal rescue. Like this is kind of just a thing. Like, so I know I'm like the only person I know that does not like sourdough, and it's just something about the bitterness of it. Like I don't know. It just has a weird taste to me. But which is weird because I love rye. Like a really well toasted rye with tons of butter is like my favorite, but whatever.
She said gonna have to revoke my like on this stream over that sourdough comment.
Hey, I already admitted I know it's weird. Like I know that I'm wrong. I just can't help it. So
it's a 50-50 stream, Shu.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like I'm not trying to convince you to follow me.
But we also need like Brizzle, where you at on the sourdough?
Oh yeah.
What side are you on? Yay or nay?
Amazing.
Yes.
At our house, we have sourdough starter periodically that we keep in our fridge. I just love the flavor of sourdough. But I love all bread, honestly. I've never met a bread that I didn't like, so
Yeah, right. Right. I agree with you there. Fire, if you don't see the like button, where are you?
Yeah.
It is the first button just to your right, like however you see people watching, yada yada, episode, the title name. It's just to the right of that. It's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and then you can share.
Also subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. We lost a subscriber this week somehow. Someone decided to randomly leave. Why? I don't know. But yeah.
Could have been one of those people that were following before we were doing Ladies of the Hunt, maybe? I don't know.
There were 10 people following us before Ladies of the Hunt.
It could have been one of the 10.
It could have, yeah.
Or it was somebody else. I don't know.
Did they leave before the episode or they left today during the episode?
No, it was before.
They just said like randomly throughout the week.
Yeah. Fire says, tonight on YouTube Stars and how they broke up, we talk about how sourdough bread ended Ladies of the Hunt. I mean, I wouldn't fight over it. I know I'm wrong. Okay? I just can't help it. I also refuse to eat celery.
Also, we're not as weak as bread, you guys. Come on.
Yeah. I'm with you on the celery. That is nasty.
Celery is the most disgusting thing in the entire world. I
can't
even
the worst unless it has peanut butter on it.
No, even with peanut butter.
It's just a force for peanut butter, though.
No, but like even if I smell, use a spoon. If I smell celery, it makes me want to vomit. It's like is the worst.
Those long
and the strings
that are just ugh.
Yeah.
I love this for us.
Hey, Nikki Boo, all of that stuff that you're asking about in the comments, go watch our Hunter's Lodge recap episode because we recapped the entire Hunter's Lodge and we just didn't want to go. We had so many other things to talk about during our weekly episodes. We didn't want to like rehash everything. So
hey, we have 20 more minutes though. We can.
I know we definitely can
delve into it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on the comments, so I don't know what it was being asked.
She was
just stirring the pot.
Oh, she's
asking how the air QB thing works and
system.
whatever. Yeah.
Exactly, Shu.
No, celery is disgusting.
No, it's just a delivery way for
use breadsticks.
Things. Yeah, but if you want to be like carb healthy,
use a banana.
Use romaine lettuce.
Anything but celery.
Anything but celery.
Anything but celery.
Anything but celery.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
I could totally agree on that one.
Ugh.
Well,
I
Briz,
smell it and I was just like,
sorry. Want to give a quick shout out to, since we didn't get to, half the stuff that we wanted to get to last week.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to give a shout out? Oh, shit.
No, I'm just if you want to.
No.
I know that because you were on the stream.
Prepared with some stuff like last week or this week that we didn't get to. So here's the floor for any of that stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be a shout out to anybody.
Out to hunters. Like you would do it like a thank you speech or something. I was
Jesus,
oh
no.
Shit, I didn't prepare a list, y'all.
No. Yes, you've just won the Grammy for.
Also, like, I know this past week, people have been messaging you in the Discord about stuff you talked about on the show. So,
really.
I've seen people talking to you about bees and stuff. So, like, if you had any questions you wanted to answer on the show, you could do that.
I imagine there was going to be more bee questions
tonight.
Shout out to the bees.
Says, shout out to bees.
Yeah. Shout out to all the bees.
Let's see. Okay, we talked about Purple QB Mania. We talked about like the shark and that selling out like kind of super fast. We talked about like KP talking about next year. And then the change, or not really the change, but I finally understand how the end of auctions and time extensions actually work. Man, I'm sure there is probably like a lot because I practically like lived in chat this week, but the problem is that I didn't write it all down and I have a goldfish memory. But so it is basically like being theorized that the pirate QB blueprint might be coming back during Talk Like a Pirate Day this year. So if that does happen, that would be September 19th. So for anyone who, either missed Shark or, needs time to prepare to build up your keys, just be aware of that. But honestly, in general, you might consider just building up your keys anyway, because it's been very explicitly said that you need reds for QB error.
It's like always be building. Always build up your keys. Never stop building up your keys. You will always need keys for something or another.
Always.
Yeah.
Literally always.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something that did happen this week, I don't know that I should even mention this because I feel like I will get like struck down and jinxed for like admitting to this. But okay, so you know how almost every QB blueprint is like super extremely not profitable, and it's like, oh my god, just buy the QB. Like, and elementals are kind of like on the top of the cake for that. Somehow I managed to, by just being a super patient person, get all of the materials required to print an Earth QB and an Earth QB blueprint for about the price of what an Earth QB itself sells for.
That's good.
Wow, that's impressive.
I was thrilled about that.
Yeah,
like you never get the materials for less than, especially in the like the elementals. You know, like the materials are so expensive for them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I've been selling them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially those hearts.
Pricey.
Like those hearts are going for a good amount of keys.
Yeah, so that, okay, so, oh my gosh, yeah, actually, I talked about this in chat. I should talk about it here. Okay, so I was doing the math on that. Oh my God, I made the whole post on it. I pulled all the numbers. Okay, so Illusion Weaver has stated, you know, these are business objectives, that they want to launch the game globally and they want 1 million plus players. Okay, so if structures are going to launch, let's just, and we know that fountains are going to be one of those structures, and they, you know, have said repeatedly that a water QB is going to be like, you know, the QB for the fountains, right? Okay, well, if you just make an assumption and say 10% of the entire player base is willing to build a fountain structure and build like a single fountain, you know, that puts you at like 100,000 fountains, 53 or 5,400 hearts dropped for water. But obviously you're selling hearts. Lots of people, I've seen huge heart hordes from people. Like, there are not even like 5,000 of them printed. Like, so how are you going to staff, you know, 100,000 fountains with probably 3,000 QBs?
I don't think there's going to be 100,000 fountains. I don't see that happening.
Well,
yeah, I mean, probably not, but I definitely, if the game becomes as big as they want the game to come, you know, there's going to be those types of things where there's problems with like certain things that are like supposed to be really good and were kind of designed for a certain structure. Like, you know, it feels like they really designed that QB with that structure in mind, but then you're gonna like with it like never come, and I'm not saying it would ever come back to North America or Canada. I mean, but you have like a player base, like once it launches globally, you've got like probably 90% of the countries that's launched in never even had access to that QB to begin with, because it happened way before it ever launched in those countries. So it's like stuff like that. I'm like, oh, how are they gonna like, you know, like how are they gonna work through those things?
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. But like I can tell you, out of the 10 people that play in my local area, those 100 user vaults that I can hit on a regular basis, maybe 2 of us will make fountains. The rest of us, like, I can tell you, my boyfriend's not going to build a fountain. My mom's not going to build a fountain. His 2 kids that have their user vaults up are not building fountains. Joey, my neighbor, might build a fountain. His wife probably won't. His kid probably won't. Like, I would say maybe like a quarter of the people that play the game might build fountains. Well, yeah, when we have 400,000 downloads, that'll be 100,000 fountains. But I think it'll take us a while to get there.
Right, and so I'm not saying it's gonna happen now. I'm just saying if the game makes it to like those numbers that Illusion Weaver is saying, like 1 million people, then like some of these things are gonna be
super rare. But
or
we
they're
have
gonna
seen
have
those.
To give.
We've seen those resources come back, like the air crystals came back.
Yes, that's kind of like my point. Is I do think that some of these things that are like never coming back in quotes, maybe are just never coming back to the U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that could be a possibility that ends up happening.
I like how Kivo in the chat is saying Team Grasshead. I feel like we need to like make it official that Ladies of the Hunt is pro Grasshead.
I thought Kivo was like
all of the
part of the air
elementals.
QB or the water QB gang.
Oh,
yeah, he's water QB, and then he said Green Team Grasshead is tempting though, and I said love them all, equal elemental opportunist.
Yeah,
because I love them all.
I
It
do
just
love
depends
them
on
all,
the day of the week.
but I am definitely pro grass head. Like, I think that's my favorite.
Yeah. I do love the grass head because it looks
I
like a
mean,
little piece of broccoli weed.
or like a like. I mean, I'm such a like tree person. I love trees, and it's just
They
like I
are.
have to be around greenery. So, yeah.
They're so
Yeah.
special.
I think that the earth elemental is super cute, which is why I wanted to get it. And then, I mean, they said that they're going to have resin trees as one of the structures. I could see it
Oh
like
yeah,
being a potential QB that could work in that maybe. I don't know. Like, I
that's
don't know what
true.
their plans are, but I could see that
Yeah.
maybe. But they'll probably release some new
Being
QB
the,
that,
like,
works. What was
little
that?
park ranger QB or something.
Yeah, or like a plant QB or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should definitely not go over 3 hours.
Yeah, Marvin's mama's got a pee. She's been holding it this whole time.
I know. So I think we should cut it here. A reminder to everyone, if you need custom stuff, message me. And the shop's open. It's got sharks in it. Check it out. The sharks will be gone very shortly. And I worked hard on those designs. I think they're really cute.
Yeah, they are really cute. Fish are friends, not food.
And Mama, you should have your jersey by the next time we stream. So I want to see that.
For sure. I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's obviously coming to Hawaii with us, but
yes,
for next week, it better be here. I was really hoping it was going to be here this week, but it's all good. Shipping in California sucks. It's fine.
Yeah. I think mine shipped out of Tennessee or something. It was weird. My slouchy tank like shipped from California and it got here on like Saturday, and then my jersey shipped from Tennessee and got here today. And I don't know why they were coming from different places.
Weird.
Yeah, and why they were shipped completely separately, but whatever. Maybe the drop shipper has a drop shipper.
Yeah. Know somebody that robs somebody.
Yeah,
maybe.
She was asking, what's the countdown to Hawaii? What are we at?
Oh my gosh.
It's like 2 weeks,
like
right?
2 weeks. We're 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
We are exactly 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
I got to start packing.
Because a lot of us leave that Monday, and then we'll be there Tuesday. So Tuesday is the day that we are doing the volcano quest.
Yeah.
Hey, so I have a question for y'all. Why'd y'all decide to do it on Tuesday instead of doing it like a day or two earlier so y'all could double dip?
Because again, we got super lucky with the timing of people that were already planning on being there, and then like vacations and flight dates and points and all of that. It just made the most sense to,
and I can tell you
last minute.
If I had to book flights on any days other than the days that I booked them, they would have been like $500 more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm getting in like the night before.
Yeah. It was really just a matter of like making sure we're going to be there for like that Tuesday.
I feel like that is so risky though. If you're coming in the night before, what happens if you have a flight delay?
Well, I mean, it's not night before. It's like I should be getting in at noon the day before. So like I've got all day and and most of us will be there till like through Wednesday night, I think. So even if I have to catch like another flight the next morning, I should still make it in time.
Okay.
So Shu asked if Brizzle dropped the free flight hack. Yes, that was the beginning of the show. You'll have to go back and check that out. Marvin's house asked me to pack bikinis. That is not going to happen. I don't own any. I actually am debating whether or not to even bother bringing a bathing suit because we're going to be hunting so much for the limited amount of time that we'll be there as a crew. And bikinis aren't comfortable, or like bathing suits just aren't comfortable to walk around in. So I don't know. I might bring it. I mean, worst case
you
scenario.
should
Probably just bring
just
it.
to have it.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're gonna go like walk on a beach, like I'll just get in the water anyway, even if I don't have a bathing suit.
It's
So it's not gonna stop me.
Not gonna stop you.
Yeah. So, anyway. Okay. So, are we even streaming tomorrow? Since are you already gonna be in Hawaii? Are you getting there earlier than me? Because aren't you going to Maui? Wait, not next week. That's the week after.
What are you talking
I'm way
about?
too early.
Okay, I was like, Corky, you're freaking me the fuck out.
I know. I got a little ahead of myself. The week after, are we streaming?
What is the date? Woo! Woo!
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Are we going back to Sunday next week?
You know, it's funny that I was thinking the same thing. I feel like we need to stream because I'll probably be packing, but why not stream? Let's build up some hype.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Okay, well, Brizzle, it was great to have you on for 2 episodes. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, I really want to thank y'all so much for inviting me on as a guest. It was just really nice to get to talk to anyone about Coin Hunt World. And I really appreciate y'all putting up with listening to what I had to say.
Oh, you tons of great information. Tons of great information.
Yeah. Are you kidding?
Yeah, well, thank you also to all the listeners as well for listening. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and people are already talking about it. So apparently, you made an impact. So that's good.
Oh,
yeah, everybody. I mean,
good.
you were requested by a handful of hunters. So
yeah.
I mean, between El Salvador and Honduras trip and the fascinating beekeeping that you do, everybody was really interested in hearing from you, and I'm so glad that you had the time to not sit down with us for just 1 but 2 episodes. And
I'm
it's
always
just
down to talk coin hunt with
right?
people. It's
so easy. It's so easy.
Sorry, hold on.
Please.
That COVID cough.
Yeah.
Also, like, if anyone is like not listening live and just is listening to this at a later date when the podcast is coming out, you're listening to this on the podcast. If you had additional questions specific to beekeeping or for me or El Salvador, stuff that I didn't answer on any of these episodes, just if you're on Discord, my Discord handle is the same as my in-game handle, the Brizzle. So just ping me and chat with you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm sure it won't be the last time that we have you on here. So
yeah,
awesome.
I will definitely have to recap after we all get back from Hawaii. So maybe after you guys come back next year or later this year, early into next year for sure.
Mid-December, we'll be coming back mid-December, but yeah.
We can
Man,
compare
I'm so excited for y'all going to Hawaii.
adventure stories.
It's only 2 weeks away. I think it was such a great trip.
Oh, we're excited. We are very excited.
Are y'all gonna live stream the Tiki Quest when y'all do it?
Oh yeah,
definitely.
That's happening.
Okay, good.
Definitely.
Good.
We'll do some live streaming of that, live streaming
and some hunting
of like some local hunting. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So
maybe
there's gonna be a group of like 20 of us.
And maybe some live streaming of some local food, whatever we decide is interesting enough that you guys might like. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. You should eat the spam while you're there.
That's going to happen.
Korkio will. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I volunteer you as tribute.
Makiki Tiki said he was going to show us some local food. So, yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had it, but delish. I know everybody's going to be stoked.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Well, thank you, everybody. Don't forget your mystery boxes in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes, everybody.
Me.
Yeah, right?
I would have forgotten.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Quarks.
We'll see you next week.
Yes.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.